My God, bro, that's a whole dinosaur. I'm about to be rich.
Look how big this thing is.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Classified Captures. Steve here, and today I've got a collection of clips ranging from proof that the Smurf species might actually exist to real recordings that suggest that Bigfoot might actually be living in Logan Canyon. Ready? Well, let's jump in. As you know, we love to start our episode with something grand or shocking. This first clip, however, is both together. Take a look.
Seen that? Go back, son. What? Go back a little bit, then zoom in so they can see it. All on the Ring camera detection. Now watch this, the next one. What the hell? Pause it on that.
So a man and his wife noticed this bright light outside their home, but only lasted a split second. It was more like a flash and so short that they both started to doubt if they had indeed seen anything. But there's no way they both could have seen something that was not real, right? Well, that's exactly what they thought. They decided to investigate, and the first thing they looked at was footage from their Ring camera. That's the clip you have been seeing on your screen for the past few seconds. If you pay attention, you'll notice that just around the time the light burst occurs, a strange object appears on top of their neighbor's house. Only for a few seconds, but then disappears. If I didn't know better, I would say that's a cloaked alien ship beaming someone or a group of individuals out of that house. It all happens so fast. But if my hypothesis is correct, this is alien tech we are dealing with here. It's certainly possible, either that or that's some convincing fake right there. But then again, you guys tell me what you think. I'll be reading the comments.
Look how big this thing is.
Yo.
If you thought that was bizarre, then nothing can prepare you for what's coming. Take a look. Yes, I know that's eerie looking, but that's actually a delicacy enjoyed by many Indonesians. I was worried and thought that this could lead to some disease or worse, death. I decided to do some research, and you wouldn't believe what I saw. No, people aren't turning into aliens, and neither are they going to become zombies by eating this. What you're seeing on your screen is called Timberlook, scientifically known as Bactinophorus thoracites. Timberlook is a unique wood-boring mollusk often found in the brackish waters of Indonesia. Despite its worm-like appearance, Timberlook is actually a type of mollusk that inhabits and feeds on rotten wood or tree trunks submerged in water. This creature has a significant ecological role, but it's also infamous for being a pest to wooden structures like boats and piers. Locally, Timberlook is valued not just for its ecological role, but also as a traditional food source. It's often consumed raw or cooked in various dishes, offering a unique, chewy texture and a flavor reminiscent of clams. Nutritionally, Timberlook is a powerhouse, packed with proteins, essential amino acids, omega-3 fatty acids, and various vitamins and minerals. These nutritional benefits contribute to its reputation as a health-boosting food, traditionally believed to aid in conditions like depression, heart health, and even as a remedy for malaria in Papua. It's also thought to boost stamina and serve as a natural dietary supplement. So while it might not look like it, it turns out that this is actually really good for you. One question remains though. Would you eat it? This next footage was sent in by a subscriber. They captured a strange creature flying close to the camera, and they believed it could be a fairy. The creature flew by pretty fast, and when you zoom in, it does seem to have long legs, but that's about all you can make out. It's hard to say for sure what it is. Some might argue it's just a wasp or another type of insect, given the blurry quality and fast movement. But then again, who knows what mysterious creature might be out there that we haven't yet discovered. What do you think? Is this just a common insect, or could it really be a fairy? How can today's episode be complete without multiple UFO clips in it? This footage was shared on the internet without any info about its location. The person filming was walking home one night when he noticed something flying above one of the houses in the neighborhood. It was a craft, and the lights on the craft defined its round shape. It looked like this craft was landing on the house. Considering the size, this looks too big to be some type of drone, and the hovering motion and silent operation seem beyond current drone technology. Some viewers speculated it might be an experimental military craft, while others firmly believed it was extraterrestrial. If you would have an open mind, you would realize this isn't too different from what we saw earlier. Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? Do you think these clips are related? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Can someone explain to me what in the aquatic world could be going on here? A pet fish owner went to drain the water out of the fish tank while the fish was inside. As he opened the valve for the water to drain out, something bizarre happened. The water started going down, but the fish remained at the top of the tank, swimming in the air. When I saw this, it looked very trippy. I mean, this is not possible. It's as if the fish is defying the laws of physics. Could this be some kind of optical illusion or trick? Maybe there's an invisible layer of water that's keeping the fish suspended, but that doesn't make any sense either. Or could it be some clever video editing trick that's making it look like the fish is floating in mid-air? Whatever the explanation, it's definitely one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. This was the original thing I wrote until Julius came out of nowhere, looked at the clip, laughed, and said, "Double tank." If anyone understands what's going on or what he said, please explain in the comments section. If you thought that was odd, wait till you see the next one. Someone captured this during a bad weather, and it looks like some sort of anomaly in the sky rolling away. But what's more alarming is the bright orb in the middle. The way the clouds are moving with the reddish glow at the center prevents this from looking like a natural phenomenon. How many natural phenomena do you know that looks like that? None. It's almost like a scene from a sci-fi thriller. To make this even more eerie, as soon as the strange cloud formation rolls away, lightning takes over with a deafening thunderclap. What's more, the red glow in the middle looks too defined to be a mere trick of light, and the immediate onset of lightning and thunder makes the whole scene even more dramatic. Some, however, suspect this is nothing more than a blue beam project. Now that you guys have seen this, what do you think? You see it too, don't you? There's a tiny being walking through the grass. The clip ends with a shocked and surprised look from the lady present. I don't know about you, but that makes me think and believe that this has got to be real. But even if it is, what exactly is that creature? The first thing that comes to mind when looking at it is the Smurfs, but the Smurfs aren't real, right? Well, this clip proves otherwise. Aaron, our conspiracy theorist, was trying to explain to the team how this could be real, but our video editor mentioned that the color grading between the creature moving and the environment didn't match. In other words, this was an edited video. Julius agreed, and soon the words of our conspiracy theorist was treated as an error. The Smurfs, or creatures like that existing in our world, could be an interesting find, but it's hard to go against their logic and argument. What do you guys think? Is there a chance this could be real? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section. There's a reptilian race believed to be living amongst us in plain sight. They're believed to have made their way to Earth and disguised themselves as humans. Despite their convincing disguise and ability to look like us, they fail to mimic us completely and have strange body parts that give them away. Take a look at these girls in the clips. These girls look normal until they pull out their tongues, and look at that. They have extremely long tongues that could touch their chests without them bending their necks, and yet their tongues fit right back inside their mouths. I mean, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you get it. After their clips went viral, people started to believe that they might not be human, while others said they were reptilians. I mean, I want to call them reptilian people, even though there's not enough information to go on. While I love me some good conspiracies, I can't help but feel my love for conspiracies might be making me biased. What do you guys think, though? Could we really be dealing with an alien situation, or are these girls just normal humans born with extremely long tongues? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Food is an essential part of our lives, but sometimes it feels like it could be the end of us. A woman went to Whole Foods to buy blueberries. After washing them in the sink and eating some, she came back and found a single blueberry still in the sink. When she picked it up, she realized it was actually a rubber blueberry. But that's not all. Many people have reported finding plastic bananas, celery, and other fake items mixed in with their groceries. How and why is this happening, and is it always one item? There are some theorists. Some think the food manufacturers are up to something. Others think some workers are stealing some of the fruits and replacing them with cheap plastics. Whatever the excuse may be, what do you think could happen if someone ate one without realizing it? It's a concerning issue, especially considering the potential health risks. If someone unknowingly eats a rubber blueberry or a plastic banana, it could end up badly in the short term and horribly in the long term, from choking hazards to poisoning and cancer. Let's be vigilant out there, okay? Still on strange fruits, take a look at this next clip for instance. Yes, that's a banana on the table with tentacles flailing in the air. I mean, look at it. It looks so convincingly real. While they are indeed very strange and questionable things that happen all the time, let's not forget that technology and AI are also constantly growing, making it easier to fake a lot of things. Julius, our in-house science whiz, is convinced that this is obviously CGI. I want to dispute the fact, but it's an undeniable fact that computer-generated images these days can be so real. They are so real that they blur the lines between reality and fiction. Now, what do you guys think? CGI or real? Let us know your thoughts and reason in the comments section. A woman walked up to her sink to wash her hands, and what she encountered was simply startling. There, nestled in the sink, was an animal with its eyes peeking out. At first glance, it looked like it could be a snake or a frog. Given that sinks are connected to sewers where all sorts of creatures lurk, this mysterious visitor could be anything. Imagine the surprise and unease of finding an unexpected guest emerging from the plumbing. The sewers are home to a wide array of animals, from frogs to snakes and even rats. Our plumbing is usually engineered in a way to prevent these things from making their way to the pipes, but there are times when we are surprised, like our lady in the clip. What do you think that what she encountered could be? A harmless frog seeking refuge, or something more sinister lurking in the depths of the sewer system? Share your thoughts and theories. Brazil is no exception to the strange phenomena that has been appearing in our skies all over the globe. Take a look at this clip that was sent in recently. The clip shows a glowing object that resembles an arch with a bright orb at the center that blinks with light. The entire structure glows, looking entirely unnatural in the sky. Members of the paranormal community where this was shared are torn on what this object could be. Some believe it's a drone, while others suggest it's an angel, as described in the Bible and ancient texts. Others think it might be a demon rather than an angel. However, skeptics argue that this is simply a hologram projection. What do you make of this mysterious sighting? Could it be a supernatural being, an advanced piece of technology, or just an elaborate hoax? Share your thoughts. Final Spark, a new and innovative company from Switzerland, has created a groundbreaking technology called Neuroplatform. This new system is like a living computer, using 16 tiny brains made from human tissue. It represents a big leap forward in artificial intelligence and computing. Neuroplatform is designed to make AI research much more efficient. Unlike regular computer processors, these tiny brains use far less energy. This means Neuroplatform can perform complex tasks without consuming as much power, making it a more environmentally friendly option. The impact on our planet could be significant. By using less energy, Neuroplatform can help reduce carbon emissions, contributing to a cleaner and greener future. Since Neuroplatform processes information similarly to the human brain, it could lead to smarter and more adaptable AI systems. Fascinating, don't you think? A clip from 1980 shows someone handling an iPhone. Yes, you heard that right, in 1980. Take a look at the bizarre footage. A journalist returned to Hiroshima to document the aftermath of the 1945 bombing. One of the strangest things he found was what appeared to be a smartphone, specifically an iPhone 13. The chilling part is that the iPhone 13 wasn't released until 2021. How did this man get a hold of such advanced technology decades earlier? In the footage, you can see the man holding the device and trying to look at his reflection, seemingly unaware that it was a phone. How is this possible? Could someone explain what's going on here? Did someone time travel, or was this technology available long before we thought it was? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. Someone visited a graveyard recently and witnessed something quite eerie. On one of the graves, there were two bouquets. As the wind blew gently, the flowers seemed to dance slightly, but then out of nowhere, one of the bouquets began to spin on the grave. Graveyards are already unsettling places filled with an air of mystery and the supernatural. The sight of the bouquet spinning certainly did little to help the creepiness associated with the place. It's hard to believe it was just the wind causing this unusual movement. Could it be a natural phenomenon? Or is there something more supernatural at play here? Perhaps it was a sign, a message from beyond, or simply an unexplained occurrence. What do you think could have caused the bouquet to spin? Let us know your genius ideas and explanations in the comments section. The beauty of nature in its diversity, and the good news is that humans have the diversity too. I mean, we're part of nature, so we can't really dispute that. This is manifested in humans, with some having unique or unusual body parts. Look at this man. He has a bald head, and he pulls all the skin on his head from both sides into the center, creating a vertical line of raised skin. This isn't a magic trick or an illusion. This man has a rare condition called cutis verticis gyrata. Cutis verticis gyrata causes the skin on the scalp to form folds and furrows resembling the ridges of the brain. It's a fascinating yet uncommon condition, and seeing it in action is quite striking. This condition can be congenital or acquired, and while it doesn't usually cause pain, it can lead to hygiene issues if not properly managed. Despite its unusual appearance, cutis verticis gyrata is just another reminder of the incredible diversity of the human body. Fascinating, don't you agree? Back in 2018 in the UK, someone captured footage of strange pinkish orbs floating in the night sky. These mysterious lights drifted away, leaving onlookers baffled and intrigued. Then in 2021, the same glowing orbs were seen again, this time in Spain, prompting even more speculation. These orbs can't be fireflies, as they're much larger and higher up in the sky. Witnesses described them as eerily beautiful and otherworldly. I know that sounds conflicting, but that's the same vibe I get watching them. The reappearance of these orbs in different locations years apart raises many questions. There's some form of advanced technology, natural phenomenon we don't yet understand, or perhaps something even more extraordinary. I have my thoughts, but share yours on the subject. Someone recently shared some intriguing footage of a mysterious entity wiggling around in a thick, clear liquid in their bathtub. The creature was submerged in the viscous liquid, making it difficult to identify exactly what it might be. Its movements were peculiar, almost otherworldly, sparking both curiosity and a touch of unease. As you watch the footage, there's something undeniably off about it. The way the creature moves seems almost too fluid, too surreal, like something crafted with CGI. The bizarre undulations and lifelike motion make you question whether this is an elaborate digital trick or a genuine anomaly caught on camera. You watched the clip. What are your thoughts? I believe this creature right here is the closest we can get to a real-life fairy tale. It's a mesmerizing pink being that looks strikingly like a delicate flower. Someone stumbled upon it and, enchanted by its floral appearance, picked it up only to discover they were holding a living insect. The creature is so magical and otherworldly you'd think it was fake, but it's very much real. This enchanting marvel is called the orchid mantis. With its petal-like limbs and vibrant coloration, it perfectly mimics an orchid blossom, making it both a master of disguise and a wonder of nature. Its ethereal beauty and almost fantastical appearance make it a true marvel, bridging the gap between the mythical and the real. Such a beauty. When people say AI is taking over, I think we shouldn't take it lightly. According to The Hollywood Reporter, a new streaming service called Showrunner is making its way to mainstream media. Showrunner allows users to create prompts and then watch AI-generated animated programs. This means that you can make your own shows, which could impact the viewership and success of traditional shows created by professionals. The rise of AI-generated content could have significant implications for the entertainment industry. Writers, animators, and other creative professionals invest a lot of time and effort into producing high-quality content. If AI-generated shows become popular, it might reduce the demand for traditionally produced shows, potentially affecting jobs and livelihoods in the industry. On the other hand, Showrunner could make content creation easy, allowing more people to bring their ideas to life without needing a big budget or professional skills.
Jay, Lena, is the laptop okay? No, Mom, but you are.
This might lead to a more diverse range of content and new opportunities for creativity. It's quite a sensitive topic, but how do you feel about this development?
And by the time you meet Popsicles had realized the reality of your creations, it was all too late, wasn't it? Humans became so good at consuming, we couldn't help but wonder what it'd be like to consume them. But don't worry, we found humans more valuable for their minds than for snacking, though history might have flavored things a bit differently.
While exploring the mysterious depths of the ocean, someone scooped up some truly bizarre creatures. At first glance, they resemble tiny starfish, but their distinctive features quickly set them apart. Their tentacles are thin and vivid red, giving them a striking appearance that looks more like flattened spiders with 5 legs. While you might be tempted to conclude they're alien, these fascinating beings are known as brittle stars. Unlike their more robust starfish cousins, brittle stars are delicate and almost ethereal. Their limbs twist and turn with an eerie fluidity, adding to their otherworldly charm. Brittle stars are a captivating reminder of the ocean's endless mysteries and the incredible diversity of life it harbors. While venturing deep into the heart of the jungle, someone stumbled upon a peculiar tree branch. Coiled around it was a strange wiggling creature, constantly moving and tangling itself around the bark. Once you pay attention, however, you realize it's a snake. Its colors matches the tree so perfectly that you could easily overlook it. The creature's camouflage was so flawless that its serpentine form blended seamlessly with the branch. However, its head was hidden within the intricate loops and coils it formed, making it impossible to identify what kind of snake it might be. Does anyone know what kind of snake this is? Is it a rare species or something entirely new to science? Kindly educate us in the comments section. A few years ago, a video from Japan went viral. It showed a beam of light stretching from the sky to the earth, lighting up the entire night. The light lasted for a while, growing brighter and brighter until the video abruptly ended. When this footage was shared, it sparked a massive online frenzy with countless people speculating about what it could be. You can imagine the wild conspiracies that emerged. Some people thought it was a sign of aliens, others linked it to Project Bluebeam, a supposed secret government operation, and many more ideas were thrown around. However, one member of the paranormal community pointed out that the truth behind the video was much simpler. According to this insider, the footage was edited and the person responsible had admitted to the fabrication. Despite the clarification, the video had already caught attention. What do you think, though? Do you believe the explanation, or do you think there might be more to the story? As always, share your thoughts in the comments section. Believe me when I say this next one is a strange one. So now that you guys have seen it, what do you think we're dealing with? The one who uploaded the clip found it in his water butt, and no, it's not what you're thinking. A water butt is a large container for collecting or storing a liquid such as rainwater. As we can see, the creature is tiny, transparent, and jelly-like that looks like it has an elephant trunk. I tried to find out what it could be, but there was no clue whatsoever. Perhaps you guys can help. I'll be reading the comments. During an evening family party, the camera captured a joyful scene with everyone focused on a toddler being held by a man, likely the father. The room was filled with laughter and smiles, but something eerie lurks in the background. If you look closely behind the door, there appears to be a pale face staring intently at the festivities. Strangely, no one noticed this unsettling figure at the time. It was only upon reviewing the footage later that they saw it. The identity of this face remains a mystery. The thought of an unknown presence at such a joyful gathering sends chills down the spine, especially mine. What do you guys think is going on here? Is there a logical explanation, or could this be something more sinister? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Construction workers often encounter strange and unexpected things while excavating land with their machines. Here's a particularly eerie find from one such dig. While using an excavator, the machine struck something solid. Curious, the workers went down to investigate, and this is what they discovered: a wooden box that resembles a coffin partially buried and stuck in the ground. The lid is slightly ajar, but the contents are obscured by sand and hardened mud, making it impossible to see what's inside. It's a chilling sight, stirring the imagination with thoughts of what could be within. What do you think could be in that box? Have you heard about this? San Francisco has opened its first $5.5 million free food market. This innovative facility allows eligible residents to use a benefits card to select items, check out to track inventory, and leave without paying. Located in Bayview Hunters Point, this market aims to provide a dignified alternative to traditional food pantries by replicating the supermarket experience. In an area where many grocery stores have struggled to remain open due to high crime rates, this free food market is a game changer. It ensures that residents have access to fresh, healthy food in a setting that respects their autonomy and dignity. The facility is designed to meet the community's needs while maintaining an organized and efficient system for inventory tracking. This initiative not only addresses food insecurity, but also fosters a sense of normalcy and respect for those in need. It represents a forward-thinking approach to community support and could serve as a model for other cities facing similar challenges. What are your thoughts on this innovative approach to combating food insecurity? Do you think it's great, or do you think that there could be a better approach? Let us know in the comments section. Man was out one day when he came across a strange-looking bird.
Oh my God, bro, that's a whole dinosaur. I'm about to be rich. I need at least $1 million for this discovery.
This bird had an unusually long neck adorned with fluffy feathers sticking out from it and all over its head. Its wings looked droopy, and despite its small size, it seemed very hostile. It resembled some sort of ancient exotic bird. The peculiar appearance of this bird is truly captivating. Its long neck and unique feather arrangement give it an almost prehistoric look, as if it were a creature from a different era. Its hostile demeanor makes me wonder what kind of bird this could be. Do you have any idea what this could be? Is it an exotic species, a rare bird, or something else entirely? Let us know in the comments section.
Discovery. Wait, hey! That's why y'all dumbasses think.
At Logan Canyon in Utah, some people captured footage of what they believed might be a Bigfoot. The creature appeared dark, probably due to its fur, and was both huge and muscular. To validate their claim, they made another recording from the same distance and location, this time featuring a 6-foot-tall man weighing about 220 pounds. When comparing both footage, it was evident that the creature was significantly larger and taller than the man. The footage has stirred quite a bit of excitement among Bigfoot enthusiasts and researchers. The creature's massive build and the fluidity of its movements seem to surpass what one might expect from a person in a costume. Moreover, the environment of Logan Canyon with its dense forests and remote areas is often cited as ideal Bigfoot territory. It's quite fascinating to see how close we might be to uncovering the existence of these elusive creatures. The debate about Bigfoot's existence has been ongoing for decades, and footage like this adds fuel to the fire. Skeptics, however, might argue it's a hoax or a misidentification, while believers see it as more evidence of Bigfoot's reality. What are your thoughts on the footage, Bigfoot or not? This footage was taken by some kids who went into the woods to explore. As adventurous youngsters, they set out in search of something exciting. But little did they know they were in for more than they bargained for, and count themselves lucky to have returned unscathed. Whilst exploring the woods, they spotted a massive beast moving gracefully between the trees. It was dark-furred, very muscular, and walking on 2 feet. At first glance, they mistook it for a gorilla, but upon closer inspection, they noticed its upright stance and powerful human-like strides. It was at this moment that they had a sudden realization. They knew that they had discovered the elusive beast. They knew that they had discovered Bigfoot. However, their excitement quickly turned to fear, and they instinctively sought refuge. They remained hidden until the creature was out of sight because they couldn't tell if it'll be hostile or friendly. They believed they were lucky to have made it out alive, given how terrifying and intimidating the creature looked. But what do you think? Are they telling the truth, or could this be an attempt to get famous? Let us know. This creature was captured on camera perched on a tree branch. It looked like a winged gargoyle with bat-like ears and distinctly unusual wings, unlike those of any bird. Due to the distance and low lighting, the camera couldn't capture a clear image. However, based on our observations, the creature exhibited humanoid shoulders, a bird-like head lacking a beak, and curiously displayed what seemed to be ears on its head. As the creature moves about, you can see its legs like that of a spider or a person. It's hard to tell from the camera quality. The paranormal enthusiasts wants to believe this is real, yet it blatantly looks fake. It looks like a bad case of CGI to me, but what do you guys think? This footage was taken by a hiker in the woods when he spotted a strange creature lurking among the trees. The creature locks its gaze onto the hiker, but as soon as it realizes it's been spotted and filmed, it swiftly disappears into the depths of the woods. What creature could that be? As you can see, the creature has long brown fur covering its face and body. It looks like an ape, but much bigger and muscled, like a gorilla, but not quite. The creature stands approximately 7 to 8 feet tall, a description that undeniably aligns with a Bigfoot. However, its facial features are obscured by the long fur, which is uncommon for Bigfoots known not to have long facial hair. So here's what my team think, and I think. It could be an entirely new mystical creature, or perhaps a different species of Bigfoot altogether. What say you? Get ready to delve into the depths of the mysterious, for this next Trailcam footage will leave you with more questions than answers. Behold, 3 eerie figures that defy comprehension, resembling scarecrows stripped of their clothing. Are they hairy beings or more constructs of straw? This enigma is like nothing ever witnessed before. Our dedicated team of researchers has ventured into the realms of myth and folklore, and we've arrived at a tantalizing theory. Could these enigmatic beings be Leshy, a guardian spirit from Slavic mythology, said to protect the very heart of the forests? Leshy possesses the ability to take on various forms, an embodiment of nature's power and enigma. While these tales originated from folklore, the Trailcam footage raises the haunting possibility that there may be some truth hidden within these ancient legends. What do you think? When it comes to blending into their surroundings, chameleons are the undisputed masters of camouflage. But what about a Bigfoot that doesn't want to be seen? Watch this video. Did you see it? Or rather, can you see it? At first glance, it may have seemed like you were simply gazing at trees and their bark, right? But what if I told you there's a Bigfoot there? Have a second look at the zoomed-in footage. Did you see the face? If you missed it earlier, that's because the elusive Bigfoot was making every effort to remain hidden. It's truly chilling how effortlessly they blend into their environment, almost becoming one with the surroundings. The person behind the camera only spotted the Bigfoot because they were aware of its presence and ventured out to investigate. If not, the creature would have stayed hidden. This makes us wonder how many of these creatures actually live right among us without us knowing. The answer, I fear, might be more than we count. A trio went horse riding on Beaver Mountain, a woman, her husband, and a friend. The 3 riders were having the time of their lives and were oblivious to the 3rd member who was quietly stalking them in the woods on their left. The woman who lagged behind caught sight of the creature peering at them from the depths of the woods. She said that the creature she saw stood about 6 foot tall and was brown-furred from head to toe. The creature looked nothing like a chimp, monkey, or a gorilla, leading her to believe that it was a Bigfoot. The presence of the creature caused the horse her husband was riding to grow restless and behave erratically. The woman, filled with shock, silently locked eyes with the creature until it vanished into the depths of the forest. She doesn't know how she survived, but it was one of the scariest moments of her life. What would you have done in such a situation? Tell us in the comments section. In the midst of a snow-covered landscape where winter reigns supreme, a scene unfolds that defies our expectation. 2 bears grace the frame, one large and black, the other small and brown or tan in color. As we shift our gaze, we notice patches of grass untouched by the winter's icy touch scattered across the landscape. A solitary tree stands before us, its branches reaching out like gnarled fingers devoid of life. No flowers, leaves, or fruits adorn its skeletal form. Yet what catches our attention is the peculiar way its massive branches curve and protrude upside down in the soil, an enigma within an enigma. But it's the interaction between the bears that captivates our imagination. The larger bear, a guardian in its own right, extends a helping hand to its smaller companion. Rising on its hind legs and utilizing its powerful hands, it carries the little brown bear, offering support and guidance. What led the smaller bear to find itself in such a predicament remains a mystery, perhaps lured by the mistaken belief that the nearby oil storage tank held a different kind of sustenance or a coveted stash of honey. As we watch this extraordinary display of compassion and assistance, our hearts are filled with wonder and curiosity. The true nature of their connection, the intentions behind their actions, elude us, leaving room for speculation and imagination. It's a moment frozen in time, a glimpse into the intricate tapestry of the animal kingdom where stories unfold in the most unexpected ways. In the hazy light of the morning, a jogger stumbles upon a puzzling sight, a black creature lying on the path, its back turned toward the camera. The observer is left bewildered, unable to discern the true nature of this enigmatic being. From the glimpse we catch, it appears to possess two pointed ears reminiscent of both feline and canine features. As we seek to unravel the mystery, one possibility comes to mind: a resemblance to a cow or a bull. These majestic animals boast a considerable size and can possess ears that align with the description provided. However, without further details or visual evidence, arriving at a definitive conclusion remains elusive. But what do you think of the whole thing? Tell us in the comments section. Skinwalkers, paranormal creatures capable of assuming any form, be it human or animal, often mimic those they have encountered or harmed. Since they're not in their true form, they exhibit peculiar behavior. Now, let's look at a prime example. This deer right here. It jumps uncontrollably and bolts straight into the bushes. Following this one, another deer later emerges with its neck looking like it's been snapped to the side, but it somehow walks perfectly fine and doesn't seem to be in pain. What do you think of this situation? Could they merely be sick deer, or are we dealing with the paranormal, specifically deer, right here? We have this close-up image of a deer looking into a trail camera. Despite being jumpy and having the tendency to flee at the least provocation, these creatures are some of the most curious animals on the planet. A fun fact before you sign off this video: deer have glassy eyes that reflect light, which is why you often see their eyes glowing in the dark. This reflective quality is due to a membrane behind their retina called the tapetum lucidum, which can also be found in other animals. Pretty cool, right? Gather round the campfire for another spine-tingling tale. As night falls, a camper finds themselves all set for a peaceful sleepover in the heart of the woods. The fire crackles, casting dancing shadows that add to the eerie ambience. But suddenly, this tranquil scene is shattered by an uninvited guest, a cryptic creature lurking in the shadows concealed behind a tree just a stone's throw from the campfire. The camper instinctively reaches for their camera, capturing the unfolding enigma. The creature reveals itself with its long and slender fingers, reminiscent of the iconic Edward Scissorhands. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, a single glowing eye pierces the darkness. Bathed in the warm light of the fire, the true nature of this being becomes clearer, its slender fingers and that piercing eye etching an indelible image in the camper's mind. The encounter is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine, and the camper's startled reaction mirrors what many of us would feel in such a situation. The video ends abruptly, leaving us with a haunting question. Would you have the nerve to stay and capture such a moment, or would your instinct to flee prevail? Fun fact, he throws fire at the creature before running. That convinces me this is real, or at least some good acting. What do you think? In a chilling turn of events, the residents of a certain house had their nerves rattled when they reviewed security footage from their property. The footage revealed an unsettling intruder lurking about the premises. Now, when you expect an intruder, you generally hope it's human. At least then you'd know what you're dealing with. But in this spine-tingling scenario, a security camera revealed a peculiar dog-like creature strolling around on its hind legs in the dead of night. So, is it a specter, a paranormal entity, or are our four-legged friends attempting some Toy Story-esque escapades while we're not looking? Next, we have this CCTV cam footage, which is beyond weird and disturbing. These two young men were walking at night and were spotted on camera. A few minutes later, one of the men just vanishes into thin air. Upon closer examination, when the other guy disappeared, a sudden horizontal blink of light appeared, a scene reminiscent of alien movies where extraterrestrials arrive in their saucers to abduct humans. The light came and left as fast as the guy had also vanished. It's also possible that he stepped into a mysterious portal, teleporting him to another world or a different location on Earth. The truth behind this perplexing event may forever remain a mystery. Meanwhile, the unsuspecting friend continued walking, only later to turn and check on his companion, to find him vanished. Filled with fear, he quickly fled the scene. What do you think, though? Is this real or a fake? Next, we visit Utah-Arizona border, where Bigfoots are rumored to roam. Before you laugh off the idea, take a look at this image that was taken from the area. You see it, don't you? Those footprints are anything but ordinary. They can only belong to one creature, Bigfoot. These human-like ape creatures seem to be popping up everywhere. A group of hikers found this huge human-like footprint embedded in the mountains. The tracks were not only large, but also impressively deep. It's evident that whatever left them must have been immense and remarkably heavy. Given the fact that no ape or human or even bear could have left those footprints, we're left with one culprit. Yes, Bigfoot. But what do you think? In the heart of the woods, nestled within the mystifying embrace of the devil's tramping ground, there lies a peculiar patch of barren land. This desolate circle, spanning many acres, stands as a chilling testament to nature's defiance. Here, the very earth refuses to yield, and no plant can stake its roots, a mysterious void in the midst of lush greenery. Legend has it that something sinister happens here during the night. People say the devil himself visits, carrying out his wicked schemes under the cover of darkness. The malevolence in this place is so strong that it's thought to repel life itself, banishing plants from its cursed soil. But there's an even stranger twist to this tale. Objects left behind in this area seem to vanish into thin air as if the devil himself is taking them. It's believed that anyone brave enough to camp within this unusual space is in for a chilling encounter with malevolent forces beyond imagination. The memories of these unfortunate campers are forever marked by terror, haunting their dreams and driving them to flee for safety in the distant hills. As you look at this cursed ground, you can't help but wonder about the nature of the devil's nightly activities. What sinister deeds occur in this desolate circle? Is it the result of dark magic or just a superstition? The mystery of the devil's tramping ground continues to tempt the curious, encouraging them to contemplate its unexplainable nature. Have you been there? Do you have stories to share? Please do so in the comments section below. Indeed, the woods have always held an air of mystery, harboring secrets that both captivate and confound those who venture into them. This peculiar image discovered in the heart of the forest adds to it. At first glance, it looks like an internal part of some animal, with its pinkish flesh and curiously round upper part, but its lower section sports what looks like limbs, an anatomical feature that suggests this could not be a part of a larger creature. So if it's not part of some larger creature and it exists on its own, what creature could it be? Truth is, no one knows or can even guess. Even the person who found it could not put a name to what he'd seen. After uploading it online, some theorized it was an alien, whereas others said it was an aborted fetus. While we can see where they're all coming from, it's no secret that none of these thoroughly describe what the creature is or how it ended up where it was found. Can you help? Next, we have this odd capture by a trail cam set up in the woods. Instead of capturing wildlife, however, this cam captured the shadow of something all who have seen the footage have been trying to figure out. Have a look. Yep, that's a shadow. The shadow appears to belong to a creature moving away from the Trailcam's location. Upon closer inspection, it becomes challenging to discern the exact nature of the creature from the shadow. Some experts speculate that the shadow might belong to either an ape or a bear. But do these creatures exist where the footage was taken? Your guess is as good as mine. That leaves one contender, the Bigfoot. While relying solely on the shadow makes it challenging to determine the creature's identity, members of the paranormal community are convinced that it's a Bigfoot deliberately evading the trail camera. In the world of endless possibilities, it doesn't seem too impossible now, does it? But what do you think? The ocean is so large and mysterious, and as the days go by, we keep discovering new creatures emerging from it. Take a look at this. What is that in the water? Looks like a hybrid of a rat and a snake. This creature was found by a fisherman. The creature is entirely white and possesses a long neck along with piercing black eyes that seem to stare directly into the camera. Is it some type of undocumented fish or is it merely fake? Tell us in the comments section. In the depths of the secluded woods, a curious man sets up a trail cam, eager to capture evidence of a rumored predator lurking on his property. With hopes high, he goes as far as setting bait, a hefty piece of meat tied to a stick to entice the elusive creature. However, what he discovers in the footage is something entirely unexpected. Behold, a figure clad in white garments dragging along a trash bag. At first glance, one might mistake this individual for a homeless person wandering through the wilderness. But here's the kicker. The location is so remote that no individuals are known to live there. As though that's not weird enough, the strange individual's peculiar behavior catches the observer's attention as he crouches and moves around the vicinity of the meat, engaging in a strange ritual of sorts before eventually wandering off into the unknown. As we unravel the layers of this mystifying encounter, the question remains, what could be the true nature of this enigmatic figure? Is it a lost soul seeking solace within the depths of the forest, or is there a deeper meaning to their actions? What do you guys think? Across the vast landscapes of our world, animals donning majestic horns captivate our hearts and stir our imaginations. In this video clip, we witness a deer in a field or forest, its antlers entangled in the branches of a tree. A predicament that could spell danger in the face of lurking predators. But this deer refuses to succumb to its entrapment. With unwavering determination, it tirelessly struggles, relentless in its quest for freedom. Each failed attempt only strengthens its resolve, turning this moment into a testament of resilience and perseverance. In a twist of fate, a compassionate farmer trekking through the forest crosses paths with the struggling deer. Recognizing the urgency of the situation, the farmer rushes to the deer's aid. With skill and care, they guide the deer, freeing its antlers from the entangled grasp of the tree. Miraculously, the deer emerges unscathed, unharmed by its harrowing ordeal. Now set free, we can't help but wonder, how did it end up in such a situation? While that's a mystery we may never solve, we're certainly glad that it was able to free itself. Next, we have this footage from a trail cam that was set up to investigate strange disturbances in the owner's backyard at night. This trail cam was set on a fence facing the backyard, hoping to capture whatever or whoever was responsible for the disturbances. The owner of the trail cam was, however, very shocked by what he saw when he retrieved the footage. Take a look. Did you see that? Let's watch it again in slow motion. Was that a wolf or a dog? It could be either, right? But hold on. Take a second look. It appears that the creature might be clothed and standing upright, doesn't it? This makes it impossible for it to be your regular dog or wolf, so a werewolf, maybe? Many think that that's the only explanation, and guess what? The owner of the trail cam footage is convinced too. What would you do if there was a possibility of a dangerous creature like a werewolf living around you? I don't know about you, but I know I would relocate without hesitation. But what do you think? Is this real or is it simply a hoax? Tell us in the comments section. Once again, we have another person thinking that he has superpowers, so he goes out into the woods to check out a weird noise he heard with only a camera in hand, but what he saw left him traumatized. As you can see, this person is walking through the woods when he stumbles upon a tree. Just as he's about to go around it, a tall alien-like creature emerges from behind the tree and the video abruptly cuts off. Now, I don't know if it was Halloween, but if it was, then that was a hell of a realistic costume. If not, then I'm sure this person is traumatized for life because that creature looks hideous. Like something out of a nightmare. Not many believe it's real, though. They argue that the facts don't add up and that it's possibly a hoax. What do you think? Hold on to your seats, folks, because today's featured footage will leave you gobsmacked. Feast your eyes on this jaw-dropping capture of a gang of turkeys. That's right, a gang. I mean, well, how else can you explain what you're witnessing? In this remarkable photo, we're treated to the sight of several turkeys gathering together, possibly amid a family meeting. As we zoom in, we can observe a fascinating display of turkey behavior. Some turkeys in the group keep their tails closed and gathered at their behinds, while others boldly flaunt their tail feathers in a magnificent, open, fan-like fashion. It's as if they're saying, "Hey world, look at me." But let's not be fooled by their impressive tail feather showmanship. These turkeys aren't here to strut their stuff. Oh no, they have important business to attend to. With unwavering focus, they meticulously forage the ground, searching for delectable worms and other mouth-watering edible organisms. Talk about a turkey feast. In the end, what we have here is a snapshot of a normal day in the turkey kingdom, immortalized on our screens. The food chain keeps on churning, and these turkeys continue to network and socialize with their feathered friends. In the veil of night, a peculiar figure emerges on the streets, captured by the unblinking eye of a security camera. The sighting of this woman amidst the rain and cold evokes an eerie sense of curiosity. Why would someone be venturing out through the town at such a late hour? Her presence is shrouded in mystery as she materializes from the darkness, moving with an unsettling rhythm. The security footage captures her pacing for a brief moment before continuing her nocturnal odyssey. In another bewildering scene, she approaches a house only to abruptly turn away and vanish into the night. The enigma deepens. The woman's movements exhibit a surreal quality, as if she's disconnected from her surroundings or entranced in a different realm. Sleepwalking is a possibility that comes to mind as her demeanor suggests a state of unconsciousness. Alternatively, she may be a lost soul seeking refuge and safety in the depths of the night. The motives behind her wanderings remain elusive, leaving us to ponder the mysteries that lie beneath her seemingly aimless journey. What do you think is happening here? It's quite amusing that humans have been on Earth for centuries and still not have an explanation to certain phenomena and situations. Take a look at this footage. A group of men went camping in the snowy mountains when they noticed something weird with the trees. Take a look. Did you see that? One of the trees is moving. This movement is not like the regular sway of trees in the wind. The tree appears to be uprooted and hovering, cascading onto the surrounding trees. It's as if an unseen force plucked it effortlessly from the ground. That can only be done by big machines, but there was none in sight, so could that have been some kind of a giant or Bigfoot? And as if on cue, a second tree exhibits the same strange behavior. Just before the man recording gets terrified and flees, we witness the astonishing sight of a giant ape-like creature effortlessly holding the uprooted tree in one hand and sprinting away. That creature must be very strong to have pulled that off, but what at all could it be? I'm quite certain that it's definitely a Bigfoot. I mean, there's no other logical explanation, unless the Hulk lives there. But what do you think? Next, we have a Trailcam footage I can only describe as spine-chilling and, quite frankly, scary. The Trailcam, initially placed to capture footage of wildlife in a typical forest setting, ended up capturing something far from ordinary. Confused? Watch the footage. The footage starts off with some coyotes walking into the frame of the camera. One coyote swiftly disappears from the frame while the other takes center stage. But if we pay attention to the left side in the darkness, a pair of glowing eyes appear. As if that was not enough, another pair of glowing eyes also emerge beside the first pair. These two pairs of eyes appear to be floating on a foggy, ghost-like body, almost like smoke. The apparition lacks a discernible form, but you can see a swirling mass of smoke with its glowing eyes embedded within. Just as the last coyote leaves the frame, the ghost-like entities vanish without a trace. What in the world could that have been? Well, we don't exactly know. In the paranormal community, however, there are debates about their identity. Some speculate they could be nocturnal hunters, others suggest they might be skinwalkers, and a select few believe they originate from another realm. What do you think they are? Hidden among the tranquil woods of England, where ancient trees and age-worn rocks stand as sentinels of nature's timeless beauty, a peculiar phenomenon awaits those who venture deep into the forest. Carved into the bark of trees and etched into the rugged surfaces of rocks, a gallery of faces emerges, each with its own unique expression and enigmatic aura. Now, you might think these faces tell tales of a bygone era, relics of ancient civilizations, or symbols of nature's mystique. But the truth behind these enigmatic carvings is as surprising as it is simple. They're the work of modern artists, driven by their passion for creativity and a desire to infuse the wilderness with a touch of the surreal. Yes, these faces have been carved relatively recently, and their origin is rooted in the minds of contemporary artisans, not ancient dwellers or mysterious forest spirits. But still, the thought of a face on a rock or a tree watching you in the woods is creepy or exciting depending on the kind of person you are, if you know what I mean. This adventurous motorcyclist was weaving through a forested path, sporting a trusty helmet camera to capture the ride. Little did he know, he captured something spine-tingling, only discovered during the footage review. Hold on tight, and let's take a look. Zoom in on the left side of the screen amidst the forest trees and you'll spot it, a tall, pale figure lurking in the shadows, keenly watching our two-wheeled adventurer. Blink, and you might just miss it. The questions abound. What on earth could this lurking presence be? It's pretty tall, towering above the trees. Could it be the elusive Slender Man, or might it be something entirely different? Tell me what you think in the comment section. Next, we have footage from a Trailcam, which appears to have captured something even more sinister. Don't believe me? Have a look. Did you catch that? Emerging from behind the tree, you can see a pale figure's head. At first glance, the figure appears human-like, but upon closer inspection, you notice its unnaturally smooth features and absence of ears, leaving you questioning its humanity. Furthermore, its neck is extraordinarily elongated and its eyes are dark and sunken, almost appearing hollow. Upon closer appearance, you can discern it's emaciated and bony. What kind of creature is it? It's very hard to tell. From my perspective, it could be a rake, although there's a possibility of it being a skinwalker. As enthused as the paranormal community is with these predictions, there are many who believe it might either be a person in a costume or in edited footage. Based on what you see, what do you think? Next, we have footage from another trail cam that was set up to capture wildlife. Unlike the other trail cam footage in this compilation, however, this one actually ends up capturing wildlife, just not what the owner was expecting. Confused? Watch. Yep, that's a spider. This curious little spider decided to unravel the mysteries of modern technology. This arachnid adventurer stumbled upon a trailcam and couldn't resist the urge to investigate. With all 8 tiny legs working in perfect harmony, the spider cautiously approached the camera lens, displaying a determination to get up close and personal view of this intriguing device. It's terrifying because it's a spider, but also cute, if you ask me. A man was taking a walk with his dog during spring sunset when something strange happened. The dog's behavior suddenly took an anxious turn as it fixated on something in the distance. Not wanting to miss anything unusual, the owner turned the camera in that direction. There, at a noticeable distance, was a figure, eerily stationary and facing them. What made this even more unsettling was that the dog, usually quick to bark at potential threats, remained silent but visibly agitated. It was as though the dog sensed something about that figure, something beyond the human eye. The true identity and intent of the mysterious figure remains shrouded in uncertainty. It could have been an innocent passerby, but the dog's instinctual reaction suggests there might have been something more ominous at play. Out on the serene deck of a water body, a curious fisherman finds himself face to face with an utterly perplexing sight. His camera captures the puzzling appearance of a strange sea creature unlike anything he's ever seen before. This aquatic mystery boasts a set of unusual and unsettling physical features, as if it's experiencing some form of deep-seated discomfort. Its most striking characteristic is a vivid pink tail, which stands out starkly against the backdrop of the water. The creature's body exudes an inexplicable sense of unease, leading some to wonder if it could be the result of a bizarre mutation. Yet amid the myriad speculations, one question remains. What on earth or in the water is this unknown creature? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. On that note, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now before I send that creature after you. On a more serious note, it really helps us out a ton and gives us the opportunity to keep making these videos for you. So please do so and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you very much. This footage was taken from the backyard of a live streamer. He heard some noise outside and decided to check it out, so he turned his camera to the darkness in his backyard. Emerging from the depths of the darkness, a ghostly figure materializes, only to vanish moments later. The creature looked to be about 7 foot tall with very broad shoulders. Not only was it huge and fast, the entity also appeared to be smoke-like. Could that be a ghost, an alien, or some kind of evil spirit that was out on a haunting? Tell us what you think. Next, we visit the woodlands of Ohio. A man was walking through the woods when he heard the sound you hear playing currently. Clearly, that doesn't sound like a dog, wolf, or bear. It's an eerie mixture, almost resembling a howl, but with hints of other unfamiliar sounds, reminiscent of a hyena, albeit in a subtle manner. It's quite hard to explain because it doesn't sound like anything we know. What then could it be? These woodlands have a reputation for numerous Bigfoot sightings. In fact, the locals firmly believe that the cry could only be a Sasquatch. But why would a Bigfoot be howling this loud at that time of day? Could it be hurt, or is it merely a mating call? I guess we'll never know. In the depths of the unknown, a Trailcam captures a bewildering sight. An ethereal orb seemingly defying the laws of nature. Its ever-shifting form intrigues onlookers, prompting debates and speculation. While some suggest mundane explanations such as dust particles or leaves, a closer examination reveals a different story. The orb's movements appear deliberate, as if guided by an unseen force. It navigates through the air, defying conventional explanations. Could this enigmatic object be a manifestation of something otherworldly? Could it be a mystical being, a fairy dancing through the night, an angel silently watching over the realm, or perhaps an extraterrestrial visitor from distant galaxies? Or do you think we're simply blowing the whole thing out of all proportion and that there's a logical explanation? If you think there is, please do share it with us in the comments section. The phenomenon of Bigfoot continues to captivate and intrigue as more and more sightings and videos surface on the internet. In this particular short clip, we're presented with a tantalizing glimpse of a black, hairy creature traversing a verdant expanse of grass. At first, thoughts of a gorilla attempting bipedal movement crossed my mind, but doubts quickly took hold. As we delve deeper into this enigma, it becomes increasingly apparent that this solitary creature striding upright through the wooded landscape defies comparison to known species like gorillas or bears. Could it be that we're witnessing the legendary Bigfoot in action? These musings are merely my own thoughts and imaginative wanderings, but I turn to you to share your own speculations and beliefs. Do you lean toward the possibility of Bigfoot's existence, or do you place this sighting in the realm of unexplained phenomena? Join the conversation and let us know your thoughts in the comment section. For our penultimate clip, we've something rather interesting. While a family of raccoons was traveling, they encountered a coyote. In response, the raccoons sought refuge in a nearby tree. However, the hungry coyote leapt to attack one of the raccoons. The intended prey, unwilling to become a meal, fought back by clawing at the coyote, causing it to shriek in pain and hastily retreat. Raccoons and coyotes are nocturnal animals, meaning they usually thrive in the night. Raccoons often become prey for coyotes, so when they encounter each other at night, it usually results in one becoming dinner while the other goes hungry. Knowing they're basically fighting for their lives, raccoons display a strong aggressive behavior when they come face to face with coyotes. It's no surprise that humans and animals are not the only inhabitants of the Earth, and footage like this is proof of it. The video was retrieved from a Trailcam. In the still of the night, two strange entities walk by like they own the place. One appears taller than the other. They appeared ghost-like, so it was very hard to make up what they really looked like. However, you can see what looks like a head on both entities, and those heads look inhuman and horrid, like something out of a horror movie. I know the owner of the footage won't look at the forest the same after seeing this footage. Who knows what else roams the woods and our streets at night when we go to sleep? Definitely not me. In the realm of the supernatural, a chilling image emerges, captured by a vigilant Trailcam. The photograph reveals a humanoid figure, defying our understanding of what is possible. Its haunting presence evokes a sense of unease as it slowly advances towards the camera on two legs. The creature's pale complexion from head to toe sends shivers down our spines. Its sinister glowing eyes pierce the veil of darkness, seemingly conveying a malevolent intent, as if whispering, "I will consume you when I draw near." A curious thought emerges. Could this be a mummy, a relic from a long-forgotten tomb, or perhaps a being that has transcended time and space? While rationality nudges us towards explanations of Halloween pranks or skilled photo editing, there is an undeniable air of malevolence emanating from the creature's gaze. What do you think we're dealing with here? Share your thoughts in the comments section. Prepare to be mesmerized by a truly majestic sight captured on Trailcam. It's a rare and awe-inspiring event to witness a pack of wolves in their natural habitat. As we delve into this extraordinary footage, memories of iconic wolf tales like Teen Wolf come rushing back. In this incredible clip, we're treated to the sight of a pack of wolves gracefully traversing a snow-covered trail. The scene is both captivating and formidable, reminding us of the untamed beauty of the wild. Most strikingly, the majority of these majestic creatures display stunning black fur, contrasting against the pristine white snow that falls gently around them. Encountering a pack of wolves is an experience that evokes a mixture of respect and caution. Their coordinated movements and shared journey toward an unknown destination create a sense of unity and purpose. It's a testament to the intricate dynamics and survival instincts ingrained within their pack mentality. Let the beauty of these creatures remind us of the delicate balance between the untamed wilderness and our own existence. May this sight ignite a deep appreciation for the wonders of the natural world and leave you in awe of the harmonious dance of life within the realm of wolves. Everyone loves to see a helicopter every once in a while, but when you see a fleet of helicopters gracefully cruising through the air, leaving behind fascinating trails of white fumes, you have questions. Are they on some top-secret mission, or is there a more down-to-earth explanation? The conspiracy theorists might be tempted to shout chemicals in the atmosphere, but let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Those white trails could just be the result of normal engine exhaust or contrails formed by the condensation of water vapor. Another possibility is that these helicopters could be on a mission heading somewhere specific, whether it's a military exercise, a rescue operation, or simply a routine flight, no one can say, but the fleet surely does have a destination in mind. Aaron believes I'm being naive with this and that there has to be something ominous in the works. While I don't see facts to make me come to that conclusion, there are others in my team who have bought into it. Having seen the whole thing yourself, what do you guys think? Next, we have this motorcycle rider cruising through the woods, just enjoying the ride, you know. Then out of nowhere, they spot this odd little kid right smack in the middle of the path. Now, the bizarre part, there's no sign of civilization for miles. So how on earth did this kid end up in the middle of nowhere? Hold on, because it gets even more interesting. Some folks are tossing around the idea that it might be those legendary little people from the woods. You know, the ones whispered about in local tales. What's your take on this unexpected encounter in the wilderness? Little people, or just a curious kid with a knack for wandering? In the brilliant light of a midday sky, a captivating spectacle unfolds right before our eyes. Up high, the heavens appear to be in motion, with wisps of gas gathering and swirling, creating a dream-like show. However, amidst this celestial dance, there's an object hanging in the sky. It stands out from the sun, which is casting its bright rays as usual over the town. This object has a distinctive circular shape that piques our curiosity. It reminds us of a UFO sighting by a fellow traveler on an aeroplane. Could this be another visit from an extraterrestrial spacecraft defying the laws of our earthly skies? Or maybe it's something else entirely, a radiant orb carrying a celestial being gliding through dimensions beyond our comprehension. We've always interpreted these orbs to mean spiritual activity, but recent sightings have us reconsidering them to be extraterrestrial. What about you? In the heart of the woods, in the still of the night, an eerie encounter took place. A lone wanderer stumbled upon a bizarre creature perched precariously on a broken fence. The creature's most striking feature was its eyes, which emitted an unsettling, ominous glow. The creature's face conveyed a sense of menace, an unspoken warning to all who dared approach. Its very presence seemed to whisper, "Get any closer, and you'll regret it." What could this mysterious creature be? I've heard a lot of mysteries and explanations, but I think it's a stray dog whose territory the man might have walked into. Now, I know some of you might crucify me for this assertion, but take a critical look and tell me that does not look like a dog. If you have a thing for strange sights in the sky, you'll enjoy this next one. Someone filmed what seems like thousands of lights falling from the sky. On second thought, they look like a downpour of meteors. Perhaps a meteor shower? This, at least, is Julius's hypothesis after seeing the clip. Meteor showers happen when Earth passes through debris left behind by a comet or asteroid. Although meteors can be visually impressive, they typically break apart high in the atmosphere. On the other hand, unusual lights in the sky have been reported as unidentified aerial phenomena. These could be natural phenomena, human-made objects, or phenomena not easily explained. What's your take on this celestial light show, a heavenly event playing out, or maybe just a touch of the mysterious in the night sky? In this bizarre turn of events, a man in Peru was detained for having an 800-year-old mummified corpse. The mummified body was in a fetal position, and at the time he was caught, he had put it in a food delivery bag, taking it to who knows where. When interviewed, the man casually mentions that he treats the mummy, whom he affectionately calls Juanita, as more of a spiritual companion. He goes on to claim that Juanita shares his bedroom and is, in fact, like a spiritual girlfriend. However, when experts decide to give Juanita a closer look, they make a surprising discovery. Juanita is actually a male. The man in question looks to be over 50, and you can't help but wonder, where in the world did he come across the 800-year-old Juanita? Did he inherit it, stumble upon it, or is there some other bizarre explanation lurking in the shadows of this strange story? Trail capture of one of our all-time favorite cryptids, Bigfoot. If there has been any footage that shows the intelligence and industriousness of Bigfoot, this is definitely up there with it. In this footage, we see what looks like a ginormous bipedal with fur all around it, stopping for a drink, albeit carefully. It lifts its head and looks in the direction of the camera. I'm pretty sure it sees it and then starts to walk away. But do you notice something weird? This Bigfoot doesn't look like the others. It's quite unique in its build and mannerisms. Do you see it too, or am I just seeing things? Talk about being in the right place at the right time. An unintentional Bigfoot sighting came to light when a YouTuber renowned for his vehicle reviews took a four-wheeler for a spin. While he was focused on his review, he inadvertently filmed what many believed to be a Bigfoot. If you look closely at the left side of the road among the trees, you'll spot a mysterious dark-furred creature strolling into the woods. It's almost as if Bigfoot decided to make a cameo appearance while the camera was rolling. In the past, these creatures were quite elusive, and it took a great deal to capture them. But now, all it takes is to just be in the woods or mountains at the right time, and you might be lucky to catch a glimpse of one. Either that, or we have some really convincing fakes out there. Next, we have this peculiar tale from the shores of Vietnam. It begins with a strange creature washing up on the beach. It looks like dried tree roots, but these root-like appendages are mysteriously moving, almost like tentacles. Now, the person who discovered this curious being not only observed it, but decided to take it home. And what's even more fascinating, or perhaps a bit risky, is that they dared to touch it with their hand. The big question here is, what on earth is this thing? And more importantly, if you don't know what it is it really a good idea to bring it home? Let's hope it's not some undiscovered sea critter with harmful tendencies. Next, we take a look at this blood-red beach. Believe me when I say that the sand is red and the ocean is also red. What might seem like an eerie scene is often the result of natural phenomena. This striking red beach could be attributed to the presence of certain algae or microorganisms in the water. When these tiny inhabitants proliferate, they tint the ocean and even the sand with their pigments, casting a captivating and somewhat otherworldly spell on the entire coastal landscape. So while the beach might be momentarily draped in red, fear not. It's more likely a spectacle dance of nature's colors than an ominous omen. In the depths of the forest, a trailcam captures a chilling image. A man dressed in a faded blue or lavender top poses innocently for a photo. However, upon closer inspection, the unsettling gaze of a pair of eyes pierces through the frame, raising questions and fueling debates. Blending with the shadows, a mysterious creature emerges, its wolf-like features hinting at a werewolf or a wolfman. The creature's curiosity is palpable as it fixes its gaze upon the man, intrigued by the object he holds. Yet despite the eerie encounter, if this image made its way to the internet, we can assume the photographer emerged unharmed. It suggests that the werewolf's presence may not have posed a significant threat to the man, whether he embarked on a leisurely hike or an adventurous quest akin to the deceptive man from Dora and the Lost City of Gold. In the realm of the unknown, where shadows and secrets intertwine, we're left with the haunting image of the werewolf and the mysteries it holds. The forest keeps its secrets close, revealing only fragments of its enigmatic inhabitants. Security camera footage that defies all expectations. Instead of capturing a typical burglar or intruder, this family's backyard camera reveals something altogether eerie. Floating through the air like a ghostly apparition, this entity manifests as a white, smoky presence. It moves with ethereal grace, disappearing behind objects, only to reappear moments later. Its form appears to have arms stretched forward, resembling a head emerging from a body that rolls and undulates, akin to a mesmerizing dive into the depths of water. Truly, this is a spectacle beyond comprehension. As our minds race to find explanations, we must consider the possibility of skilled editing. However, if we dare to entertain the notion that this phenomenon is real, then we find ourselves face to face with the chilling prospect of a haunted house. The lines between the ordinary and the supernatural blur as we ponder the origins of this mysterious entity. Is it a product of clever manipulation or a genuine manifestation from another realm? Only time will tell as we unravel the secrets that lie within the unknown. Hold on to your fishing rods, folks, because the next catch is quite the head-scratcher. An angler is out on a fishing expedition, and what do they reel in? A fish, a peculiar-looking fish, to be specific. This thing's got teeth that would make your dentist jealous, and get this, lips. Yeah, you heard it right, lips on a fish. The speculation runs rampant, the curtain is lifted, revealing this mysterious creature to be none other than the remarkable triggerfish. The triggerfish, part of the Ballastidae family, is well known for its distinctive appearance and behavior. Its unique set of teeth, strikingly similar to humans, immediately captures attention. Unlike the typical image of a fish, the triggerfish distinguishes itself with well-defined lips, a feature uncommonly seen in aquatic species. Despite its unusual dental arrangement and lips, the triggerfish is a fascinating and diverse species found in tropical and subtropical waters around the world. What would be your reaction when you're on a highway and are suddenly asked to park alongside other drivers? You all comply and a convoy goes by. Among them was a truck carrying something mysterious, a covered, unmistakably round object that bears an uncanny resemblance to a saucer. What else could it be to a convoy of cars that looked like police cars escorting it? Despite the obvious, some conspiracies have risen on what this could be. It could be a classified military or experimental aircraft or a piece of advanced technology. While I want to believe that, part of me knows the government isn't that stupid, so this has to be an elaborate prank. At least that's what I think. What about you? In the depths of the forest, a seasoned Bigfoot researcher embarks on a daring quest, driven by whispers and sightings of an elusive creature. Armed with determination and a keen eye, the researcher finds themselves face to face with the mysterious being, capturing an image that defies clarity and leaves us yearning for answers. The figure in the photograph, bearing an uncanny resemblance to the creature previously encountered on video, stands as a testament to the existence of the legendary Bigfoot. Yet, the fleeting nature of the encounter lends an air of mystique, with the creature vanishing into the shadows before further evidence could be obtained. The blurred quality of the image becomes a tantalizing enigma, leaving us to decipher its secrets. Not only does the photograph pique our intrigue, but it's accompanied by a significant discovery: the tracks left behind by this enigmatic creature. These footprints, surpassing the size of a human's and exhibiting a human-like shape, but with an astonishing depth, reveal the immense weight and scale of the being that traverses the forest. Such evidence bolsters the belief that this is indeed a manifestation of the elusive Bigfoot. What do you think, though? Our next video clip gives us something on the wild yet reproductive side of things in the wild. In the clip, we hear strange vocalizations that are seemingly coming from an unknown wild creature, but trust me when I tell you that the creature responsible for the noise is anything but known. The vocalizations you hear are being made by bucks driven by desire and competition. They unleash a symphony of vocalizations ranging from ethereal calls to primal grunts, with their aim being twofold. First, to captivate potential mates, and secondly, to ward off rival bucks. The forest has essentially become a stage, with each sound carrying the weight of untamed passion and primal instinct. It's a dance of strength and dominance, an ancient ritual that unfolds amidst the wild landscape. Yes, I can keep up this tone and tell you how epic the whole thing is, but what I'm really communicating is this. If you ever walk into the woods and hear them doing this, you might want to turn around and leave them alone, lest you become an enemy they won't mind cutting down. Nature does have its quirky side, and those clouds in the sky are no exception. Take a gander at this peculiar patch of clouds, and it's no wonder people's imaginations start running wild with thoughts of aliens and paranormal activities. But fear not, my friends, because these are none other than lenticular clouds. Now, before you start picturing flying saucers and cloaked crafts, let me reassure you that lenticular clouds are considered a normal phenomenon. They may appear somewhat out of the ordinary, especially when they hang solo in the sky, but rest assured, it's just nature doing its thing. Once again, Julius was the one who told me this. If you're like Aaron and believe the sky gods or aliens are responsible, please feel free to believe that. Who knows, perhaps this lenticular cloud thingy is just a false rumor being spread by aliens.
Pretty sure I just saw it out there.
In this next footage, a man is woken up in the middle of the night by some strange noise coming from outside. As he comes out, he's faced with this creature in the woods.
Oh, whoa. Standing right there. Let me try and zoom in. Holy crap.
An alien-like creature with its head popping out from behind some bushes. The creature has a huge head and a long, skinny neck. As the creature noticed the man had spotted it, it slowly backed into the forest and vanished into the darkness.
Holy crap, I haven't seen that fucking close before.
In the footage, the man whispers that he's never seen one close up before, meaning these creatures are nothing new. He's been seeing some of these creatures around his property. The location is unknown, so there's not much investigation we can do about this sighting. What do you think of this encounter? In the epic showdown between a dog and a lion, you'd naturally think the lion would have the upper paw. However, the outcome of this encounter might surprise you. It all began when a curious pit bull ventured into the woods, seemingly on a mission to establish some territorial authority. While the dog was busy exploring, a stealthy mountain lion sneaked up from behind, preparing to strike. But as the lion leapt, the dog turned around in the nick of time and counterattacked with impressive determination. The lion, perhaps underestimating the pit bull's fierce spirit, quickly retreated, leaving the dog victorious in this unexpected showdown. Wait, did I say a pit bull? That's Frenchy, isn't it? Can anyone out there clarify this for me? Before you watch the next clip, could you please hit the like button, subscribe, and even drop a comment if you haven't already? It goes a long way to making it possible to create more videos for you. Thank you for doing so. Moving back to the day's episode. In this intriguing video clip captured by a security cam on a private property, the scene starts with a seemingly ordinary setting, just a big leaf in view, but then things take an eerie twist. Two glowing orbs suddenly manifest beside a tree, casting an unsettling, unnatural light in the darkness. It's as if something from beyond is peeking into our world. These ethereal lights ignite and surge into the woods like a portal to the unknown, leaving behind a trail of ghostly luminescence. Our world is no stranger to mysteries, but this encounter raises chilling questions. What's behind these enigmatic manifestations? Are we witnessing a glimpse into the supernatural? Could those have been alien ships moving at supersonic speeds? Share your thoughts, but beware, they might be listening. During a cave exploration in Mexico, things took an unsettling turn. This one is a tad disturbing. Yup, those are hundreds of human skeletons scattered around, and there's even a wall made of skulls. This alone is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine, but the story doesn't end there. Going further, our explorers reached a chamber lit by candles, casting an otherworldly glow, and in there stood a peculiar altar. This room also had skeletons all over. Unless the ancients found a way to keep candles eternally lit, someone had to have been using the cave. But for what purpose? Could we be looking at the hideout of a secret cult, or perhaps something even more unsettling? Watching this alone gives me the heebie-jeebies, but what do you guys think? This eerie footage that features a mysterious scene with a humanoid that appears to be in a crouched position. As it slowly lifts its head, a pair of luminescent orbs stare back at us. The unsettling nature of this sighting takes a surreal turn as the creature undergoes a bizarre transformation, morphing into a smoky ethereal entity that glides effortlessly towards a nearby structure. To our amazement, the entity seamlessly reverts to its humanoid form upon reaching the destination. What could we be dealing with here? A skinwalker, a shapeshifter, or something entirely different? If you have been on the channel long enough, you know my assistant Aaron voted that it was a skinwalker, but you guys saw the video too. What do you think of it? Next, we have a chilling video that's bound to leave you stupefied. And yes, I'm not ashamed to state I learned that word from the Harry Potter series. Either way, back to the footage. It starts out as seemingly innocent, and then out of the shadows, a cryptic entity emerges. Its body, divided into two halves, white on top and black below, is a stark contrast to its surroundings. With agile and unnatural movements, it launches itself forward, gripping the white walls as it bounds down a narrow hallway lined with numerous other white doors. In a heartbeat, this mysterious being makes a daring leap, aiming for an opening in the ceiling, and just like that, vanishes from sight. The question lingers in the air. What in the world have we just witnessed? Before you start panicking, allow me to put you out of your misery. It's all CGI. This was created by a talented artist, and despite how realistic he tried to make it, if you pay attention long enough, you can tell it's computer generated. Or can you? Trailcam capture that's mysterious and unusual. Feast your eyes on these snapshots that were all captured thanks to a trusty motion detection Trailcam. Behold this bizarre entity, a recurring character in all 3 frames. The creature boasts a lovely shade of pink flesh that rivals a pig's, and its facial features are nothing short of peculiar. A quirky visage with big, soul-piercing eyes and an absence of the standard nose. It's almost like someone took a tortoise's face, gave it a pink makeover, and placed it on this strange being. This creature, whatever it may be, seems to be crawling along the ground, arms outstretched toward the camera. The question remains, are we gazing upon an actual living entity, a person skillfully adorned in a costume, or a meticulously orchestrated hoax? The answer, my friend, might just be as curious as these snapshots themselves. Now, this is one for the curious and the cat lovers out there. A home security camera captures a feline acrobatic feat. The cat, just minding its business, gets lifted off the ground, does a graceful somersault, and lands safely on the couch. But here's where it gets puzzling. Whatever flipped our feline friend was so intense that it even sent its collar flying. And just when you think it couldn't get any stranger, a glowing orb comes floating by. Cats are known for their agility and acrobatic abilities, but this footage screams something eerie. Now, some folks are quick to shout edited footage, and that's a fair point to explain the orbs. Will you say they are CGI too? Well, I don't know, but this feels strange. There's definitely something supernatural afoot, don't you think? These strange lights are being seen all over the world. Someone captured one floating between a tree with the colors changing often. No one knows what they are, and conspiracies have already started going around. Some dismissed these sightings as hoaxes or elaborate pranks. However, as these peculiar light shows continue to pop up all over the world, it becomes increasingly challenging to brush them off as mere tricks. And with all the alien talk going on, more people are beginning to wonder if these lights are linked to extraterrestrial activity or if they could be otherworldly beings making their presence known. Which do you think is most likely? Just another quick reminder before the next clip comes. If you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed, could you do that right now? You wouldn't want me to send an alien after you now, would you? And for our final footage, we had to revisit the season of Love and Allure. I mean, well, it's not every single day you see a deer giving their all to look like their absolute best. In this captivating video clip, we witness a majestic buck engaging in a unique ritual to enhance its appeal to the ladies. It's a muddy affair as this buck immerses itself in a concoction of mud, water, sand, and yes, even urine and defecation. Now, before you recoil in total disgust, let me explain. This rather unorthodox grooming ritual takes place during the mating or rutting season when bucks are in a state of heightened excitement. By drenching themselves in this aromatic mud bath, they aim to both attract and court their various chosen females while simultaneously deterring rival bucks who are vying for the same potential mate. But it's not just about the mud. No. The scent acquired from this muddy concoction, combined with the darkest shade it imparts on their bodies, serves as an irresistible allure to capture the attention of the desired females. It's a deer's way of saying, "Look at me, ladies, I'm the most eligible bachelor in town." So as you venture into the wild during this season of romance, don't be surprised if you come across a dapper buck indulging in a luxurious mud bath. It's all part of the usual activities that take place during the mating, rutting, or courtship season for our dear friends. Just remember to appreciate their unique sense of style and the lengths they go to woo their potential mates. Love is in the air, even in the mud. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen, for the next footage will send shivers down your spine. As the video unfolds before your eyes, you'll notice a figure racing through the darkness. At first glance, it may seem ordinary, but hold on tight, for in a matter of moments, this mysterious entity slowly dissolves into thin air, leaving behind nothing but an eerie emptiness. Skeptics may scoff and attribute this phenomenon to a mere trick of the camera, a clever manipulation of light and shadow. But let us not dismiss the possibility that something far more extraordinary is at play here. In the realms of Slavic mythology, tales abound of mystical creatures capable of materializing before our very eyes. Could it be that this fleeting apparition is a glimpse into the world where legends come to life? In a world filled with the unexpected, who's to say that what we witness in this footage is not a glimpse into a realm beyond our comprehension? Or do we suspect that this is nothing more than an elaborate attempt to mislead all who believe in the paranormal? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section.
To all the beloved, I just want to show you something real quick. I'm out here at the grocery store.
All right, let's unpack this unusual grocery store rain scenario. A guy finishes his shopping and heads to the car with his items neatly packed in plastic bags from the store. Suddenly, a bit of drizzle interrupts the trip. No biggie, right? Well, when the rain stops, our man looks down, and instead of the usual clear raindrops, he discovers something a bit bizarre. Droplets of dirty water on these plastic bags. Now the big question is, what in the world is going on here? Is it dirt from the atmosphere, or did the rain somehow pick up some gunk on its way down? Who knows what these people are putting in our atmosphere to cause the rain to be this dirty? Do you think it's just a weird weather phenomenon, or maybe there's more to the story than meets the eye? Mid-flight over the night skies of Boston, Massachusetts, a vigilant passenger was captivated by the presence of two mysterious orbs dancing in the darkness. Now the big question, are they UFOs? Well, by definition, yes, they are unidentified, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're piloted by little green beings. On the other hand, it's also the kind of stuff that fuels late-night conspiracy theories and X-Files episodes. Julius and Aaron have chipped in their theories, but they're too wild for me to even say. So I will go with what your take on the two orbs over Boston are. Alien visitors, or maybe just a couple of night sky enthusiasts, celestial phenomena, or something else entirely. Prepare to witness a truly mesmerizing sight, captured by a carefully positioned camera fixed near the front door of a house. In this extraordinary footage, an otherworldly bird takes center stage, defying the norms of avian behavior. Against the backdrop of a serene neighborhood, the bird's movements possess an ethereal grace reminiscent of creatures from the realms of Final Fantasy. As the black pickup truck casts shadows upon the car and the walkway, the bird levitates with unparalleled ease, gliding from side to side without a moment's respite. Its ethereal presence sparks a multitude of speculations, capturing the imagination of viewers worldwide. But how's this even possible? Many who saw it believed that it had to be CGI. As the theories came forth and speculations rose from all who watched the video, Gingerbread, the original YouTuber who captured this enchanting footage, stepped forward to provide a closer analysis. He explains that the footage looks like that due to a sync in the frame rate of the camera and the bird's wings in motion. If that's true, then this is indeed a remarkable piece of footage. What do you think, though? Deep within the shadows of an ancient forest, a Trailcam captures an image that defies comprehension. At first glance, this creature appears to be a monstrous apparition, its features obscured by the darkness that surrounds it. The gnarled trees with their twisted branches seem to bow in submission to this beastly presence. Zooming in, our worst fears are confirmed. This creature, with its menacing form, elicits a sense of dread that sends a chill down our spines. Its eyes glow with an otherworldly intensity, and its body, adorned with scales and sharp dagger-like claws, exudes an aura of malevolence. What kind of nightmarish entity could this be? In the realm of reality, this creature is none other than the majestic Komodo dragon, a remarkable species that holds dominion in the Indonesian islands. Known for its immense size and powerful presence, the Komodo dragon is a true marvel of the natural world. Belonging to the Varandaemonida lizard family, it thrives in diverse habitats from arid grassland to lush rainforests. Equipped with sharp claws and a keen sense of smell, it's a formidable predator capable of detecting prey from great distances. While its appearance may be intimidating, it plays a vital role in the delicate balance of its ecosystem. The Komodo dragon, with its awe-inspiring characteristics, serves as a reminder of the remarkable diversity that exists in our world. What do you think? A group of friends in Nevada are having a regular night out when all of a sudden their attention is captured by an enigmatic craft in the sky.
Jack, what the fuck is that?
At first, it looked like it might be your typical airplane, but as they zoomed in, they noticed something odd. The craft was much flatter than our everyday aircraft. It was almost as though it was a saucer. It's also got this intense bright orb around it, almost like a protective shield. So is this a UFO? Well, by the textbook definition, yes, it fits the bill. But some still argue that this could be one of a variety of things: experimental military aircraft, drones, or even a conventional plane with some unusual lighting effects. Having seen it yourself, what do you think? All right, buckle up for this one. Feast your eyes on what's being hailed as one of the clearest UFO sightings ever captured on film. In the vast expanse of the sky, there it is, a classic flying saucer, plain as day. Now, I'm sure the skeptics are rubbing their hands together, ready to throw in their 2 cents. What do you think the skeptics will come up with this time? A man-made drone, some fancy camera trickery, or maybe they'll just tell us it's a weather balloon like they always do. Whatever the skeptics say, one thing's for sure. This sighting is turning heads and fueling the ever-growing belief that UFOs are real. Next, we have shrouded in the mysterious aura of abandonment, the King's Path, a once beautiful structure now marred by the relentless hands of time and neglect. Winding through a landscape kissed by the river's edge, embraced by the encroaching wilderness, and ensconced by ancient stone edifices, this decaying relic could be likened to the road less traveled, the path to another realm. An unsettling sense of impending doom seems to hang in the air for anyone traversing this worn trail. Many years of exposure to the elements have left their mark on this place. The paths are broken and fallen, revealing their skeletal remains. Rusty steel beams are all that's left of a once thriving route. The only way to move forward where brave hikers once dared is by carefully walking on these steel beams. It's like a glimpse into the past and a glimpse into what the future might hold. A courageous person captured by our camera is walking on the King's Path. Every step they take carries with it the stories of many others who once explored this place, some of them venturing into the unknown. Would you be willing to walk this deteriorating trail, embracing its mysterious beauty and taking the risk between life and the unknown? If you would, then the King's Path awaits you. A mysterious being has made an unexpected appearance on a home surveillance camera, and it's leaving viewers puzzled. This creature seems to defy a clear classification. It alternates between an otherworldly, ghostly form and a more animalistic shape as it hops around the camera frame. However, it's the creature's head that truly perplexes, as it's surrounded by radiant beams of light emanating from its bright eyes. The exact identity of this strange being remains a riddle. What kind of creature is this? This next one is definitely a tale straight from the eerie side of the woods. A property owner had noticed that there were a lot of raccoons in the area, so he set up a trail camera to capture some images of the night animals. But oh boy, the surprise that awaited when the footage was retrieved. Among the images, two particularly disturbing shots emerge. Nestled by a tree, a pair of glowing eyes pierce through the darkness. What creature could possess eyes so luminous? Some are quick to suggest a wild animal like a coyote, but there's a catch. This thing seems much larger than your typical four-legged critter. Could this be something like the mythical rake or a skinwalker lurking in the shadows? These creatures are known to have glowing eyes, and they fit the hype description. Hold on to your hats because the weirdness doesn't stop there. A subscriber sent this one in. He came across a tree that was not like any other he'd ever seen. No siree, this tree has an opening that emits a strange red glow. As the camera zooms in, we can tell that there's a fire burning within the tree. Yeah, you heard it right, fire. But here's why it's strange. There's no smoke or signs of the tree burning away. The outer part of the tree appears totally fine. Even if you don't believe in the supernatural like Aaron does, you have to agree that this is very strange and there may be something happening here that's more than meets the eye. Just how in the world can a tree be on fire inside it without any usual signs of combustion? Situations like this can only be explained as paranormal. Don't you agree? Late-night drives through desolate roads often have a sense of solitude and calm, offering a break from the hectic day. However, occasionally these peaceful moments can be disrupted by unexpected and chilling encounters. Such was the case for one driver who experienced a hair-raising incident that left him questioning the laws of reality. As the driver cruised along the dimly lit road, the headlights illuminated a peculiar figure standing in the middle of the path. It was undoubtedly a person, or at least it appeared to be. What caught the driver's attention was the black cloth draped over this mysterious individual, concealing their identity and features except for their shoulders, which were visible beneath the dark shroud. As he approached to investigate, he tried to remove the black cloth, only to find that there was no one underneath. The mysterious figure had vanished into thin air, leaving the driver both puzzled and spooked. Was it a ghostly apparition or something else altogether? Share your thoughts with us, especially if you believe it's a hoax, because someone, not me, but someone close to me, thinks it's a hoax. In the midst of deep darkness concealed in a shroud of mystery, this black and white footage reveals a creature that leaves us in a state of uncertainty. At first glance, it resembles a cat, although it's oddly missing a tail. The enigmatic shades in the recording offer us little more than a pair of radiant eyes glowing like otherworldly orbs. In the world of the unexplained, there are various theories. Some suggest that it might be a cat under the influence of some supernatural force caught in an otherworldly twist. Others propose that it could be an effect of the camera distorting reality and turning it into a perplexing enigma. Amid all of this uncertainty, there are whispers of a more unsettling possibility. A mountain lion concealed in the obscurity of the night, hiding its true identity. We can go on, but looking at it, what do you think we're dealing with? Tell us in the comments section. Talking of glowing orbs, this image was taken from a trail cam set in someone's backyard. It was not an orb, but a glowing creature. It had notable arms and legs and a head. The owner, puzzled and eager for answers, shares the footage online, hoping for some clarity. But alas, the online community is just as baffled. Could this glowing creature be what the famous orbs grow into, like a butterfly out of a cocoon, or is there another explanation lurking in the shadows? What's your take on this luminous backyard enigma? A rare glimpse of some otherworldly critter, or maybe just a trick of the light? What are we looking at here?
Bro, look at this. It goes straight from it goes straight down. What is it?
A man comes across this strange structure in the woods. It looks like a mountain, but it's not quite the broad and sprawling profile of a typical mountain. Instead, it appears more like a rock that shoots straight up into the heavens. Nature has a knack for crafting awe-inspiring structures over time. The big question is, what are we looking at here? Is it the result of ancient geological forces, an unusual rock formation, or perhaps even some human-made structure tucked away in the woods? What's your take on this mysterious, towering presence? What comes to mind when you see this man? If you said Cyclops, you wouldn't be alone. I mean, he has just one eye. I know there are cases of people born with various physical differences, like one leg or extra limbs due to defects or genetic variations, but in this case, it's tempting to let the imagination wander a bit. Could this be a modern-day Cyclops in the making? In Greek mythology, Cyclops were giants with single large eyes in the center of their foreheads. They're often depicted as powerful and sometimes menacing beings. In the modern world, however, when it comes to individuals born with a single eye, it's typically a result of a congenital condition known as cyclopia. Cyclopia is a rare and serious birth defect where during the early stages of development, the baby forms only one eye instead of the usual two. It happens when the eye sockets don't fully separate like they should while the embryo is growing. So yes, this man can be called a Cyclops, except he's not a giant. On second thoughts, I don't think it'll be nice to call him that, assuming the video isn't actually a hoax, but do let us know what you think. Someone filmed this strange creature in the woods. At first glance, you'd see a Sasquatch, but a second look will reveal it's its canine cousin, if you can call it that. Many who saw it are convinced we're dealing with the Dogman, and looking at it, I can understand why they think that. The creature looks a lot like Husky, if you know what I mean. This also has got some talking in the paranormal community that we could be dealing with a werewolf instead. There are some who also believe that this is a hoax. Yes, by some, I mean our good old skeptics. But what do you guys think? Is this a genuine encounter with a cryptid, or is this simply an attempt to mislead us? Share your thoughts. And here's an interesting and slightly strange scene. Someone leaves their Bluetooth speaker playing music, steps out for a bit, and upon returning discovers a lively parade of ants circling the speaker as the music plays on. It's like a tiny insect concert. But why the ant party? It could be a couple of things. Ants are known to be sensitive to vibrations, and the music coming out of the speaker might be like a full-blown ant rave. The vibrations could mimic the signals they use to communicate, making it irresistible for them to check out. Another possibility is that there's something on or around the speaker that piques their interest, maybe a residue or scent that has the ants intrigued. Either these or the ants are simply music lovers and they're enjoying one hell of a concert. It sounds unrealistic, but I want to believe that's exactly what's happening. This footage has been circulating the internet, and ever since its release, people have been questioning a lot of things. In the footage, we see some strange orbs fall out of the sky toward the Earth. As they get into the atmosphere, they burn, which is expected. There are weird fences in the area, so as the orbs go through them, you can see some sort of distortions around the orb. It's almost as though these things are piercing through our reality. Now, this has sparked a lot of theories. Some say that this could be some sort of groundbreaking technology that has not been released to the Earth yet. Others say they're UFOs or dimensional beings. Unfortunately, we've no way of confirming these things. But one thing is for sure, we're not alone in this universe. If you haven't already hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment so far, could you please do so now? It goes a long way to help us make more of these kinds of videos for you. Thank you so much. Now back to today's episode. In the shots inside the car, you see the driver and another person chilling in the front seat. All normal. Now, if you know anything about our channel, it's that we don't do normal, and the road shots say it all. Initially, it's just an empty street, but a few seconds later, and bam! Out of nowhere, a strange figure materializes on the road. You can see it in a few pictures, and then it vanishes into thin air. If it were me, I'd be scared out of my wits. Aaron believes this is a legitimate encounter. But what's your take? During an eclipse on October the 4th, 2023, someone managed to capture not just the usual sun and moon show, but another bright sphere hanging out behind the sun. Do you see it? Can you guess its name? No? Well, it's allegedly called Nibiru. I know you might be confused, so let's delve into the Nibiru conspiracy theory. The conspiracy states that there's this made-up planet called Nibiru, or Planet X, and it's supposedly heading straight for Earth, bringing all sorts of disasters with it. But here's the thing, scientists and astronomers have looked into it and they say no real evidence for this planet or any danger of a collision exists. In short, it's a theory that's been widely disapproved by the experts. Now, we all know that the government has been up to no good these days, hiding a lot of information from the public. Who is to say that this is also one of the things they want to hide from us? With the advancement of technology, body modification techniques are also becoming more sophisticated. For those who have ever considered changing their eye color, it's now possible thanks to FLAC Pro technique. Beatrice from Brazil underwent this procedure to change her eye color from a darkest shade to a water green, and her results were remarkable. The FLAC Pro procedure involves pigmentation of the cornea, which is a clear front surface of the eye. Skilled ophthalmologists perform the procedure by injecting a specialized pigment into the cornea stroma, the middle layer of the cornea. This pigment interacts with the existing iris color, resulting in a new hue. The procedure is performed with great care and precision, ensuring that the patient's eye health is not compromised. Beatrice underwent the procedure in Rome, Italy, where it was successfully performed. The change in eye color has been a popular trend in recent years, and as technology continues to advance, this trend is likely to continue. Would you try this? Over the years, there have been numerous reports of unidentified flying objects and sightings of extraterrestrial life, which have warranted intense scrutiny. However, this alleged UFO sighting shared online by renowned Mexican journalist and ufologist Jaime Maussan has captured people's attention worldwide. The clip shows a bright light ascending into the night sky and then disappearing into the clouds. However, even after it disappears into the clouds, you can still see lights shining above them, which has left many people wondering what it could be. Jaime Maussan is well known for his work in the field of ufology, having investigated and reported on several UFO sightings and alien encounters. This sighting has only added to the intrigue and mystery surrounding the topic. While some folks hang on to Maussan's every word, others are quick to dismiss him as a fake, questioning the authenticity of his content. Well, as with many things in the realm of UFOs and aliens, it's a mixed bag of belief and skepticism. Without more concrete evidence, it's tough to say for sure what's really going on up there in the skies. What do you make of this, real or fake? Behold the mesmerizing serpent captured in the lens of fascination, a horned snake with orange skin. Its back is covered in spikes like a dragon from ancient stories deciding to show up in the form of this amazing snake-like marvel. It's like a mythical creature coming to life. At first glance, one might entertain the notion of a horned puff adder, but no, this snake is something else entirely. It's not your regular snake, it's like a mystery in itself. With majestic proportions and all these intricate spikes covering its slithery body, what type of snake is this? But hold on, here's a twist. We can't rule out that this might just be a fake snake created with technology. You know, people can pull off some pretty convincing illusions these days, so the mystery might be more about how it was made rather than what it actually is. Here we've got this van that's causing a stir on the internet. If you're wondering why, take a look.
这个是一个75乘1米的哈，长安款的，福特款的呢？
You see it, don't you? Yeah, that looks like an oven at the back of the van. It should not exist, but there it is. As strange as that is in itself, here's what's puzzling people. The opening is big enough to fit a human in there. The big question on everyone's mind, what on earth could a human-sized oven in the back of a van be for? It's not exactly your typical barbecue setup. So what is it? Some in the community believe it might be a mobile crematorium. Yeah, you heard that correctly, a crematorium on wheels. Could it be truly a crematorium, or is there something that we're missing? Please do share your thoughts in the comments section.
这个是一个75乘1米的哈，长安款的，福特款的呢？
Have you watched the movie Life? If so, you might recall the scene where they captured a gooey creature in space that later turned into a human-eating monster. Recently, footage has been circulating that is eerily similar. In the video, there's a plate on a table with a strange, thick, black, gooey substance. A hand holds a metal ring, and the liquid follows wherever the ring goes. It's unclear where this footage was taken or who recorded it, but this is something worth investigating. But wait, it gets even more intriguing. The hand tries to separate the goo with a credit card, but it effortlessly merges back together, as if it has a mind of its own. Now, some people have drawn comparisons to the infamous symbiotic alien known as Venom, and you can see why. The resemblance is uncanny. Others speculate that it could be graphene, a material known for its unique properties. One intriguing suggestion comes from a commenter who proposed that it might be a ferromagnetic fluid reacting to a magnet hidden beneath the table. This theory holds water, as ferromagnetic fluids are indeed capable of exhibiting fascinating behaviors when exposed to magnetic fields, such as following the movement of a magnet or rejoining when separated. As for us, we're no experts and can only speculate based on available evidence. Nonetheless, we'd love to hear your thoughts. What do you think's going on here? A woman came across this dead creature in a jar covered in a slimy substance. It appears to be an alien-like miniature being in a fetal position. The creature was so tiny and fit in the palm of the woman who found it. The creature was gray with huge eyes and an oddly shaped head, features that have long been associated with extraterrestrial beings. Why would someone go through the trouble of capturing such a creature and preserving it in a jar? Is it a genuine extraterrestrial being, or perhaps a cleverly crafted hoax designed to stir up intrigue? Many in the paranormal community believe it's a fake, but what say you? We've heard of the Fountain of Youth and know loads about it, but has any one of you ever heard about a miracle rock? No? Well, watch this clip. Someone burns this strange black stone and a clear liquid appears. Then they smear it on a cut in their hand, which appears to have a cut on it. After a few seconds, the cut closes up. Imagine how many lives we could help if this was real. Well, according to the one who uploaded this footage, it exists and it's called the Bangfa Stone. Yeah, I hadn't heard of it either, but they claim it's found in the Amazon forest and has great healing properties. I mean, we'd be doing extensive research into this, so subscribe and like if you haven't already. But until the findings of our research are out, what do you think? Is this real, or do you believe it's a hoax? Share your thoughts in the comments section.
Está flotando este pájaro. No se mueve. Dios mío, ¿qué es esto? ¿Qué es esto?
Here's a curious tale. This man stumbled upon a bird stuck mid-air in the sky. The bird is just hanging there, wings spread wide, not moving an inch. Before we start questioning reality, there might be a simpler explanation. Birds, especially hawks or eagles, sometimes catch rising air currents to stay suspended without flapping much. It's their way of saving energy while keeping an eye on things. So even though it might feel like a scene from a sci-fi movie, there's a good chance it's just a bird taking a break up there. I know it's a big stretch, but, well, who knows? Aaron believes it's a glitch in the Matrix, but share your thoughts too. Distinguishing between what's real and what's not has become increasingly challenging. I recently came across this fascinating footage that has got members of the paranormal community excited yet scared. In the clip, there is a massive pillar with huge tentacles wrapped around it. It's a sight to behold. However, before we start imagining the existence of colossal octopus monsters, it's worth considering the potential for digital manipulation. Thanks to the advancement in technology, it's gotten relatively easier to create realistic-looking creatures for your videos. This makes some members of our team think this might be nothing more than CGI. While there's a strong assertion, we can't really prove it, but you've seen it. What do you think? Is this merely a result of CGI, or is there something more at play? Please share your thoughts in the comments section.
Two. Нет. Бургер. Хорошо, стоп. Мясо.
Take a look at this man who appears to be over-friendly with a bear. He leans against the giant fur of the animal, and something is unsettling about the way he interacts with the bear. But that's not even the most concerning part. Watch as the man offers a burger to the bear, but the bear refuses to eat it. The man takes out the ingredients one by one, trying to entice the animal to eat. He shows the bear the patty, then the cheese, then the lettuce and tomato, but the bear still refused to eat. The man continues to pester the bear, urging it to eat. He tries to hand-feed the animal, but it still won't eat. Finally, after much pestering, the bear gets up and walks away from the man. As you watch this scene, you can't help but wonder why the bear refused to eat. Could it be that the bear smelled something unhealthy and inedible from the food? It's concerning to think about what we're putting into our stomachs when we eat these things. Either that or the bear might be vegan and the burger just wasn't meeting the mark.
Том, неправильно. Давай. Том.
Не хочет.
Не хочет. Нет.
Still on heavenly bodies, this footage was recorded from the International Space Station. And what do we see? Strange glowing orbs just hanging out up there. Now the big question is, are we dealing with some kind of extraterrestrial craft, or are these orbs actually celestial entities? The space around Earth is populated with satellites, space debris, and other objects. Glowing lights could be reflections of these objects, especially when caught in the sunlight. But we cannot rule out the possibility of extraterrestrial crafts out there, because just like Nibiru, there might be some truth to these conspiracies, or do you think I'm losing it at this point? Stepping away from the height department, let's take a look at this smooth heist. Two thieves roll up to someone's place and one of them is wielding an antenna. Now, you might be thinking, what's with the antenna? Well, these crafty folks are using it to boost the connection between the car inside the house and the electric car parked outside. So as soon as they get the connection, the car opens and they can drive away with it like they own it. Now, to outsmart these high-tech bandits, the tip is to keep your car keys in a metal container or a special pouch away from your car. Those who leave their keys by the door are basically giving these thieves a VIP pass to a free ride. At least, that's what Julius told me. Can anyone confirm this?
you doing?
Not good.
What's going on?
Okay, Jeremiah, come out here.
According to a recent TikTok video posted by a user named Divine Pisces 444, she is convinced that a portal opened in front of her house for extraterrestrial beings. The user has shared multiple clips showing what she believes to be aliens visiting her home. Take a listen.
In 2021, and it's just been non-stop. 3 houses they arrived to. Ours was the first house, couple houses down, and then further down the road because we heard the doorbell ring. I don't have a doorbell. It was some type of signal they gave that they were there. You understand what I'm saying? This is my security camera, you guys, picking this shit up.
In the videos, she can be heard describing the strange and unexplainable occurrences happening in her house.
You watch my videos and you go, I don't see anything, because you don't know what they look like. They have come in so many shapes, sizes, forms, colors. Actual creatures have come in my house. Some stood as short as 2 feet, some as tall as 9 feet.
Her voice sounds shaken, and the fear and anxiety are quite evident in her tone. The video has sparked a wave of discussion and speculation on social media, with many people sharing their theories about the possible existence of aliens. What do you think of her encounter? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section.
The people that was up on that ship, they were like doing something at that tree, and when they wanted to communicate with me, that whole front of that tree, it would turn into their face, and they would talk to me telepathically.
Speaking of bizarre occurrences, someone allegedly captured this next clip at an unknown location. Enjoy. In the clip, we're introduced to this huge and strange object falling from the sky. The object is almost transparent, and there's people also gathering around to see it. The question on everyone's mind was, what is this? Some people mentioned that it was a weather balloon falling to the ground. Weather balloons are commonly used for atmospheric research and data collection, and it's not uncommon for them to be mistaken for unidentified objects when spotted from a distance. Another mentioned that this was a government project of deception, specifically the blue beam projection. While I can understand the weather balloon bit, I have questions about the blue beam projection. Of all the clips, why would the government share this, assuming we believe the blue beam projection theory? It doesn't add up, does it? Anyway, what do you personally think about the whole thing? Brace yourself for this next one. There's a baby with black eyes, and no, it's not some edited clip or visual trick. It's a real baby. Now, we're not talking about the creepy black-eyed kids thing here. So what could be going on? Well, we don't actually know for sure, beyond the fact that the one who sent it in insists he was there when it was recorded. Some folks who saw the clip are guessing that the baby might have experienced some kind of trauma, making the eyes look dark. They speculate it would get better after a few days. Others are saying that perhaps the baby just has larger pupils that will grow into those eyes over time. Now, I haven't heard of that before, but neither has anyone I know seen this before as well. It's one of those things that sparks a lot of speculation and different ideas. This situation, however, is something that has been observed quite frequently in recent times. A lot of recent childbirths result in these babies looking like they're auditioning for a role in an Exorcist movie. What do you think could be going on? Wondering what's happening here? Well, this footage is apparently from Texas, and the whole vicinity was closed off because of low oxygen levels. This resulted in thousands of fish washing up ashore. But it didn't end there. Japan also faced the same situation, where fish were also washed up ashore because of low oxygen levels. What on earth is causing this? The truth is, no one could give us a single convincing answer. So is it something environmental, like changes in water conditions or pollution, or could we be dealing with some underwater cosmic event that's got fish feeling breathless? Whatever it is, it's making waves, not the good kind. Believe me when I say the next one is as disturbing as it is strange. That's definitely a strange-looking creature lying down on the table. It has this grotesque-looking face and body features that don't match any known creature on the planet. The question on everyone's mind is, what is this? Naturally, the comments section of the original post was buzzing with opinions and theories. One comment that caught our attention among the thousands under the post was this: if mermaids exist, this is a more accurate description of what they would probably look like. It's an intriguing thought, isn't it? Perhaps this creature isn't an alien after all, but rather a fantastic creature of the sea, lurking in the depths beyond our understanding. Either that or we've got another hoax on our hands. Back on October the 15th, 1996, this alien body was allegedly retrieved and thoroughly examined. The footage is not very clear, so it's hard to see, but you can tell that the creature lying down is not human. It has a small, oddly shaped head and a small mouth. The eyes are closed, but one appears to be slightly open. Now, people made mention that this was a legit alien sighting from one Dr. Jonathan Reed. So I did a little digging and found this. This footage was indeed from Dr. Jonathan Reed, who said the alien attacked his dog and shot his dog with a vaporizer. Reed said he took a tree branch and knocked the creature out, resulting in this footage we see. Initially, the media seized upon the story, but over time skepticism grew, and Reed's claims were ultimately debunked and dismissed as a hoax. Knowing what we know now and the possibility of extraterrestrial life out there, do you think it's a hoax or that it's real? Hold on to your history books because things are about to get wild. Scientists are on a mission to bring back the woolly mammoth. You know, those giant furry elephants that went extinct ages ago. Now, this information has been going around for a while. It sounds like a fairy tale when it started, but not anymore. These scientists believe that in just 4 years, we could have woolly mammoths casually strolling the earth with us. Sounds unbelievable, I know, but would you be down for some mammoth meet and greet, or is this a bit too much of a Jurassic Park vibe for comfort? Next, we have this towering figure, a real-life, modern-day giant. Meet this 24-year-old gentleman who hails from Pakistan and is breaking records in the height department. He stands head and shoulders above the crowd, making quite the impression. It's like he's living in a world of his own up there. Exceptionally tall people often garner attention due to their unique physical characteristics. Human height can be influenced by various factors, including genetics, nutrition, and overall health. But some are naturally tall without any underlying medical conditions. What's your take on this towering individual? A real-life giant, or just someone who's exceptionally good at reaching for the top shelf? An individual has recently captured a very peculiar and intriguing creature that bears a resemblance to a plant, though its classification is uncertain. The creature appears to have taken on the shape of a star, with multiple tentacles extending from its central body. These tentacles are unlike any seen before, as they've root-like structures attached to them. At one center of the creature, there's a small hole that appears to be used for the creature's feeding or breathing. We're not so sure. The creature takes turns sticking the root-like tentacles into this hole. What could this be? Is it feeding or what? Well, no one we know has the answers, and our paranormal communities are speechless, which doesn't happen very often. My hypothesis is that it's an unknown and undiscovered species, or a CGI creation meant to give the uploaders their 5 minutes of fame. But what do you think? Alligators are dangerous creatures, yet some people don't seem cautious around them. Recently, a clip went viral showing a woman swimming underwater with an alligator floating right above her. Naturally, and fortunately, the alligator had its eyes above the water. What's truly astonishing is the woman's seemingly fearless demeanor as she swims right beneath the alligator, unfazed by its presence. And the reptile? Well, it appears rather indifferent, making no move to harm her, even as she boldly touches its belly. Now, one commenter suggests the alligators may not be as dangerous underwater as they are on land, but I'd err on the side of caution. Swimming alongside a flesh-eating predator like that, oh no thank you, count me out. What about you? Would you dare to take the plunge into those murky waters with a potentially deadly neighbor lurking nearby? So the owner of a remote property sets up her surveillance camera for safety, and what does it capture? A strange entity zooming across the camera. This entity was in a long robe that swept the floor and covered it from head to toe. In its head, some of the robes were even flying in the air as the entity moved. Now, the property owner was very alarmed when he saw the footage. This entity looked very weird, and its movements were very eerie, almost as if it was floating and gliding at the same time. What do you reckon it could be? Please do share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section. A trail camera captured this creature in the woods. This has to be a bipedal wolf-like creature. That's a lot of words jumbled up together, but I know you get me. Just look at its snout and hairy body. From the waist down, it appears to be human. The darkness makes it hard to see, but we can see enough. I mean, take a look at its knee. So what could it be? Well, two things come to mind. The first originates from spooky stories and folklore, suggesting it might be a werewolf or a dogman. You know, the creatures that often show up in eerie tales. The weird features of this creature kind of support that idea. Aaron believes it's definitely a dogman, and I can't argue with him on that. The second thing that comes to mind has to do with the more skeptical folks. Some were already in the original post asking, hey, could this be a person in a costume pulling off a prank in the deep, dark forest? Instead of arguing these things out, tell us what you think. Dogman? Costume? Hoax? Be blunt. We'll be reading in the comments. While walking on the field, a farmer was taken aback by a strange sight and started recording. Some of the haystacks on the field suddenly flew off the ground and fell back down at random intervals. The farmer, puzzled by this bizarre behavior, tried to find a logical explanation for it. At first he thought it might be the wind, but when you look closely at the footage, you'll notice that there is no sign of wind blowing at all. Also, the bundles of hay that were flying off the ground were not necessarily the ones that were closest to each other, which made the situation even more peculiar. Some people speculated that it could be due to demon possession or ghost activity because there seems to be no logical explanation for the phenomenon. What do you think, though? Could this be an actual real-life capture of ghost activity, or could this man and his group of friends be playing a fast one on us? Please share your thoughts. One of our subscribers recently shared an intriguing image with us. The picture shows a mysterious creature that was spotted on the shores of a water body. Take a look. The creature in question has a rather peculiar head with two eyes, a slightly open mouth, and tiny razor-sharp teeth. Its physical characteristics differ significantly from those of regular fish, as it has two arms extended with 4 claws. The creature's appearance has puzzled many, leading to various speculations. Some people suggest that this creature could be a Nephilim, an angelic being mentioned in ancient texts. Others believe that it could be a baby mermaid, a mythical creature that has been the subject of folklore for centuries. And then there's the possibility of extraterrestrial origins, with some speculating that it could be an alien life form exploring our earthly waters. While this idea may seem far-fetched to some, the vastness of the universe and the mysteries it holds leaves room for such speculation and imagination. That big question now is, which of these is the most accurate? I guess we'll never know unless, of course, it comes out that this was all an elaborate hoax to mislead the masses. Now let's dive into another spooky scene. A man and his friend cruising one dark night when suddenly they stumble upon something straight out of a horror movie. So we have about 6 folks decked out in red robes with eerie white masks covering their faces. If you were driving and you saw this, you'd turn around, but not our brave driver. He kept driving, and when they noticed the car, they also didn't run. Instead, they lined up on both sides of the road to allow the cars to drive by. This is an unsettling situation on all levels. The big mystery here, who were those masked figures and why in the world were they standing in the middle of the road? Could they be ritualistic gatherings, or are we dealing with supernatural phenomena? Now, some skeptics are calling foul, saying it's all staged for a scare. But what's your take on this? Is it a spooky encounter with the unknown, or just a well-crafted performance to give everyone a good scare? During heavy rainfall, someone captured this in the night sky. There was a loud screeching sound followed by a loud boo and this strange green laser coming from the sky under the earth. Now, the person recording suggests it could be an explosion, but I'm leaning toward alien invasion vibes here. I mean, what kind of explosion comes with sound effects and a green laser light show? Are we sure someone didn't accidentally open a portal to another dimension? I'm curious to know your take on this. Explosion or something more extraterrestrial?
Shit, they got every year, make and model on this bitch. Motherfucker done burnt out.
This footage was captured in San Francisco, where there had been a noticeable increase in thefts in the Bay Area recently. To ensure the safety of their possessions, people have been taking various measures to secure them, and this car owner has taken a rather innovative and extreme approach. The owner of this car has gone to great lengths to protect their vehicle by welding several security cameras onto it. The cameras are strategically placed all around the car to ensure complete coverage and to provide the owner with a 360-degree view of the surroundings. It's a whimsical approach, to be sure, but you can't deny the ingenuity behind it. With those cameras mounted all around, it's safe to say that anyone thinking of getting too close to this car will think twice, unless, of course, they had their whole body covered and they ripped the cameras off for some extra profit. It sounds funny, but I can see that happening.
Shit, they got every year, make and model on this bitch. Motherfucker done burnt out.
In this next footage, someone shared security footage online. In the footage, there is a ghostly figure walking through a room and then disappearing in a thin air. It's a very eerie sight to behold. Just imagine seeing something like this on your own camera. A commenter on the video suggested that this might be a cloaking device, which is quite an unusual explanation. Typically, most people would assume that the figure in the footage is a ghost or some other paranormal entity. But a cloaking device? Oh, that's something. Given our recent advancements in technology, that's not too wild a thought, but what do you think? A potential ghost or a test run for a cloaking device? Share your thoughts. While at a lake, a group of kids came across a huge fish lying lifeless in the water. While I don't understand why the little boy is in the water with it, one can't help but think that lifeless creature does look like a shark with razor-sharp teeth. It is hard to identify the exact kind of fish it is because its skin appears to have already started decomposing. It is too small to be a whale and too big to be a dolphin. So what could this be? Share your thoughts. A hiker on the Colorado mountains spotted what he believed to be a Sasquatch back in 2009. The creature was hiding behind some rocks looking at the hikers. It had brown fur. For those who don't know, these parts are like the hotspots for Bigfoot sightings. The sightings are so often that it's almost like a rite of passage to spot one there. Once the hiker in question noticed the creature, the brave soul decided to go back and investigate the spot. He wanted to make sure he had really seen what he had seen. What does he find when he goes back? No Bigfoot, no, just a pile of straw. Was Bigfoot camping there, or did it put the straw there to mislead the hiker? Share your thoughts. Take a look at this footage that was taken in Ukraine. In it, you can see a house across a green field moving. Did you catch that? A house is moving. Since when do houses move? What if I told you it wasn't a house at all? This, my friends, is an army tank camouflaged as a house. Just imagine being stalked by a house. These guys are certainly taking camouflage to a whole new level, wouldn't you agree? Take a look at this video clip. At first glance, it's just a regular aeroplane making its way across the sky. No big deal, right? But here's where it gets interesting. If you take a closer look in slow motion, there's this mysterious cloaked craft that whooshes by. Even in slow motion, it's moving at a pace that'll make your head spin. Now let's not jump to conclusions and declare it's aliens or anything, but it does make you ponder, doesn't it? There might be some other things up there sharing the vastness of the sky with us. It's like a subtle hint that there's more to our surroundings than meets the eye. What are your thoughts? If you haven't already hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment so far, could you please do so now? It goes a long way to help us make more of these videos for you. Thank you so much. Now back to today's episode. Are there horned men in existence? Well, if you answered no, our next footage might surprise you. Take a look. Imagine a well-built guy rocking what looks like a legit horn sticking out of his noggin, all while donning a snazzy skirt made of dried leaves. Talk about a fashion statement. See what I did there? I sounded young and hip. Kudos to myself. Now you're probably thinking, wait, can humans even grow horns? That's a valid question by all standards. Sadly, it's one of varied and contradicting responses. I mean, well, it's not natural, but that doesn't make it impossible. We literally have a man on our screens who appears to have. Maybe this guy is a different species altogether, or perhaps Mother Nature decided to spice things up and give him an upgrade. As much as I want to roll out the wild theories, there's also the possibility that it might be a cultural thing. Some places around the globe are known for unique body modifications. Perhaps this is a modification that's done among his people. But since we cannot verify that, we're left to speculate and theorize. What's your theory? Ah, the classic mysterious lights in the night sky scenario. You gotta love those. So a Facebook user spots this curious sight. Not one, not two, but 4 enigmatic lights just doing their thing in the night sky. It's like someone threw a handful of glow sticks into the night sky and called it a day. They look like they belong to some kind of spacecraft. It also looked like all 4 lights did not belong to one craft, but 4 separate crafts. Who could they belong to, though? Alien visitors? Is the military practicing some secret maneuvers, or maybe just some unusually coordinated sky lanterns having a night out? It's hard to say, but you're allowed an opinion. What do you think? As technology advances, scientists and tech experts are constantly pushing the limits of what is possible. They're always searching for new ways to innovate and create positive change. Recently, a group of scientists in Denmark came up with an exciting new idea, making glow-in-the-dark trees, also known as bioluminescent trees. The idea behind these trees is to replace traditional street lights with them. This would not only reduce the cost of maintaining faulty lights, but also help lower greenhouse gas emissions from the use of fossil fuels to power lights in the evenings. Bioluminescent trees could potentially make the world a more beautiful and magical place, transforming the nighttime landscape into a glowing wonderland. However, not everyone is pleased with this idea. Some are concerned that the genetic modification of these trees could have negative effects on the environment and human life. After all, we rely on plants for oxygen, and any changes made to their genetic structure could have unforeseen consequences. While bioluminescent trees could be a significant step forward in terms of sustainability and beauty, it's important to consider the potential risks and weigh them against the potential benefits. What do you think? Could this be a groundbreaking innovation or a potential threat to human life and the environment? This is certainly an intriguing sight to behold. This appears to be a blob-like structure with distinct human-like features such as eyes, nose, and mouth. Once it was uploaded, it started attracting a lot of attention. What's even more fascinating is that one of the eyes seems to be moving, making it look alive. Some believe that this could be a human-made creation, possibly an experiment using cutting-edge technology. Others speculate that it might be a natural and undiscovered creature. Additionally, there's a chance it could be digitally manipulated using today's advanced CGI technology. However, without more information, it's impossible to say for sure what this curious phenomenon could be. Before I ask for your thoughts, take a look at this comment underneath the original post. Now, tell me, what are your thoughts on this? We're back in British Columbia again. This footage was sent in by a man who went fishing only to come across some tracks around a riverside. The soft soil on the ground had molded on it 3 perfect tracks. There were several of the footprints around, which were much bigger than his size 10 feet. The prints were about 15 or more inches and were pretty deep in the ground. Now, this fisherman's no stranger to these prints. He's been spotting them regularly and believes that Bigfoot lives around there. Now that you've seen them yourself, what do you think? This footage has been circulating the internet for quite a while now, but every time I watch it, it just gives me anxiety. In the footage, we have a group of daredevils living life on the edge, deciding to turn the famous Monticello Dam into their own personal swimming pool. These guys are having a grand old time, frolicking in the water. Like they're on vacation when one guy takes a not-so-graceful slip and down he goes into the glory hole. Now, the glory hole is not there for a casual dip. It's to control the water released to and from the dam. I don't know why these guys decided to take a bath there because it's very dangerous. Maybe next time they'll stick to safer waters like a regular pool or, anywhere that's not a dam with a name like Glory Hole. Culture varies from place to place, and sometimes some might seem unique. Take a look at this footage, for instance. In the clip, we see a group of men gathered around a pot of sizzling food. Things take a bizarre turn when the guy in the center dips his hand into the hot oil and then casually puts it in his eye. As if that's not strange enough, he tilts his head in this weird position, giving everyone around a front row seat to the unusual spectacle. It looks like a street performance, but it clearly isn't. That's left many in the community asking what could be going on there, but no one can say for sure, but we can speculate. Some state that there's a possibility it's nothing more than a cultural presentation, while some think they have made pacts with God protecting them. Our skeptics like Julius, however, believe the whole thing is a hoax meant to steal money out of the pockets of the gullible. You've seen it yourself. What do you think? Whoa, talk about an unexpected aerial encounter. So someone's up there soaring in a hang glider over the Texas skies, minding their own business, when they spot a craft in the sky that's neither a plane nor a helicopter. The owner of the footage thinks it's a Metapod UFO. Now, Metapod or not, the big question remains: what in the world could this craft be? Is it a secret government project, an experimental aircraft, or maybe just some intergalactic tourists making a pit stop in Texas? What's your take on this airborne enigma? Alien visitors, a high-tech experiment, or just a really fancy drone with a flair for the dramatic? Back in 2022, this image was circulating on the internet from the US. With little info on where the image came from, determining what this creature is has been nothing but a hustle. In the picture, we can see a dog-furred creature walking in a river. The creature was roughly about 7 feet tall and bipedal. Experts who came across the photo have examined it thoroughly and have tried to come up with a logical explanation as to what this is. But as far as we can see, this clearly looks like a Bigfoot. No bear or monkey has a posture like this. If you think otherwise, share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Next, we visit the mountains of Romania. This is one of those unaware clips where the individual in question captures something without knowing it till he's home. Enjoy. This is the image he captured. If you look closely behind the pile of twigs, you'll notice a creature with a striking primate resemblance. You don't need to zoom in to have an image of Bigfoot take over your imagination. As intriguing as the capture is, we've got to ask, why was Bigfoot there? Was he stalking the man? Did they accidentally cross paths? Or did it have something sinister planned? Either way, you have to agree that the man is quite fortunate that despite being so close in proximity to the creature, nothing funny or remotely dangerous happened to him, even if Bigfoots don't have a reputation for being violent. This next footage is said to have been taken as far back as 1987 near a volcano. The clip was allegedly taken because of the strange creature you see in it. But what exactly is that creature? It looks like some sort of huge spider-like monster. Its lower body was made of many legs that looked like roots, but its upper body looked eerily human. You could see its head and shoulders. However, this creature moved in such an automated way it looked so out of place and unreal. Most of the members of the paranormal groups where it was shared called it fake. You've seen it for yourself. What do you think? Take a moment to examine this intriguing footage.
Oh, whoa. What is that?
It's like that Tic Tac from Rogan, bro.
What was that?
It's like the thing, like the UFO thing, like flying all over the place.
I mean, this looks like a UFO.
What we have here is a video of a strange craft that was captured in the night sky. This craft is quite unusual as it has 3 lights arranged in a triangular shape. It was seen simply floating in the air without any apparent propulsion or movement. But how did this craft get there? It all started with a glowing orb. The orb descended from the sky and remained stationary in the same spot. Then 2 more orbs appeared beneath it. This, my friends, is how the craft was formed. Could this be a UFO? It's certainly possible. The shape and behavior of the craft are unlike anything we've seen before. But then again, what do you think?
Oh, whoa. What is that?
It's like that Tic Tac from Rogan, bro.
What was that?
It's like the thing, like the UFO thing, like flying all over the place.
I mean, this looks like a UFO.
No, but it's like, well, yeah, I guess.
A truck driver went to work one morning just like every other time to go about his usual routine. But guess his surprise when he went to his truck and opened the door. The wheels of the truck were moving violently and the gear moving up and down. The truck was not moving or even ignited, so what in the world could be going on here? It's like the truck's got a mind of its own. But last time I checked, trucks don't come equipped with brains, right? I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure trucks don't do this. So what's the deal here? Is it some kind of auto-gymnastic routine, or maybe the ghost of a truck's past owner taking the wheel for a spin? I guess we may never know. A group of men found this strange-looking creature that looked like a snake with 4 limbs. Critically inspecting it, one can tell that it's indeed very strange and unlike any reptile we've ever seen. It's what someone would describe as a hybrid of a snake and a lizard. Its long neck is crooked, but unlike your typical snake, this thing doesn't go all out with the tongue action. It keeps it classy, tongue firmly in its mouth. You can't really tell if this creature is legit chill and just vibing with the guys. It could also be scared out of its wits because, well, let's be real, imagine being discovered by a bunch of dudes. You could be giving them the side eye too, right? Imagine going on a walk with your dogs when they all of a sudden start running toward the direction that you're coming from. The whole thing would be weird, and that's what happened to this couple. While walking their dogs on a field, a couple noticed that the dogs started running away from the direction they had just come from. Alarmed by this, the couple went to check out what might have spooked their dogs, and this is what they found. A person in a white robe and wearing a strange mask lifts their hands. In a few seconds, a huge ball of fire appears out of nowhere and burns on the ground. Still, this person has their arms raised and moving about in the air. The big question is, was this some form of sorcery, a ritual, or just an elaborate hoax with performance to match? It's hard to say, but what's your take on this fiery rendezvous? Now brace yourself for a peculiar scene. In this footage, where a man gets his mouth wide open, stretched to the max, it's like he's on the verge of throwing up. But here's the kicker. Instead of regular sounds, he's letting out these eerie, otherworldly tones. Hang on, though, because it gets even stranger. According to the source, the man isn't just having a bizarre moment. No. He's apparently in the process of turning into a goat. Yeah, you heard that right. A goat. Now, I'm not a shapeshifter expert, but turning into a goat sounds like the plot of a supernatural drama, and I'm all for it. What's your take on this bizarre transformation? Goat man on the loose, or just a creative hoax in action? Next, we have footage from a hiker in Utah who spotted a bizarre-looking creature walking through the woods. From the footage, we can tell that the creature had dark fur and stood about 7 feet tall. Unlike a Sasquatch, the creature had long arms that it used to move reminiscent of a gorilla. If you pay attention, you'll hear something odd when it moves. Sounds like metal, does it not? That's had me becoming skeptical about the whole thing. Why would a Sasquatch's footsteps sound metallic? It doesn't add up now, does it? We did the research and found out that there are times when hunters will wear a ghillie suit and move on stilts. Looking at the footage, I'm convinced that that's what we may be dealing with. What do you think? It's decided to take a breather in the woods and just have some fun. But imagine the terror of the woman when she spotted a huge creature among the trees. The creature had dark fur and bulging muscled arms. It was stalking the woman and her kids. The frightened woman called out for her kids to get inside. The creature, when it realized that it had been spotted, dashed off. It looked like a Bigfoot, but its head had this peculiar look that did not tally with our image of a Bigfoot. Its arms were also abnormally large and muscular. Yes, Bigfoot has large arms, but not like that. So what's the deal here? Is this Bigfoot's gym buddy or just another creature adding a dash of mystery to the woods? Not knowing what she was dealing with, this mom was not taking any chances as she made everyone move back into the vehicle. I'm no prophet, but I can bet that she and her kids won't be making plans for a woodland picnic anytime soon. I have seen animals do strange things, but this next clip is just on another level. A cow chewing on wires from a transformer? Well, that's a new one. We often hear about goats eating just about anything, but a cow? This is truly strange. Despite all the grass going around it, this cow chose to munch on a bunch of plastic and copper wires instead. It's a perplexing sight to say the least. By the look of things, it seems there's no power running through those wires, otherwise this cow would have long been on barbecue. That doesn't change the fact that it's a bizarre and somewhat alarming scene. What do you think could have driven this cow to chew on wires instead of the abundant grass? Is it just a peculiar behavior, or could there be something more to it? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Would really love to hear your take on this unusual event. And with that, we end today's episode. Thanks for staying with us. Before you go, are there clips and videos you think we should have featured by now that we haven't? Well, the good news is you can share them with us and we'll post them crediting you. Please send any such footage, including ones you recorded yourself, to us via classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. We'll do our thing and include it in our next episode. We can't wait to receive what you have. Share this video with someone you love, and I'll see you in the next one.